I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in our hand. Babe Ruth, Brady, Gretzky, Lajoie. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in our hand. Wagner, Jackie, Zion, Ty Cobb. Collectors look here and see something divine. It's enjoyable to see Cap Anson graded a 9. Trout, Bowman, Chrome maxed out at a 10. In 162, good win champions. Christy Mathewson, pop 1, so there's no more. Higher than this, Matty, no telling where the bids go. Fleer, engineer, Jordan's rookie in the 80s. Last dance now, the price is super crazy. Now let me take it to the modern side. The ones making those refractors shine. Collectors setting ready to invest this way. Collect what you love is what Geezy say. Bowman's classic mantle was made in the 50s, but Bowman's Pujols rookie be appreciating quickly. Wilt's debut 9, unbelievable. Ronaldo 2, footballers 2 to say. You see the perfect card, what's the bid on that? You bid, you top, then you bid right back. The next lot you track, so you come right back. Easy math, cause our BP is 20 flat. There's no doubt it's fact, HA sitting on top. Can't get Gretzky's rookie, get the OPG box. All certified, thank you Steve Hart. Preserve it and rip what you feel in your heart. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in her hand. Willie Mays, Russell, Pete Rose, DiMaggio. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in her hand. Johnson, Bobby Orr, Jerry, Mike Schmidt. 86 Fleer signs set in the place. Every single card is Beckett encased. Non-sports too, like Lost in Space. Don Russ Elite 20 count hobby case. Question for Giannis, well you gotta go and get him. Rookie Panini autograph Black Prism. Johnny U Mint 9, it's Pop 3. Sultan of SWAT 33 Sport Kings. Pele debut, now you know we got him. Michael Jordan Rare Green Precious Metals Gem. Patrick Mahomes Panini Flawless. Gehrig Pop 1, that's sure to impress. Log on, relax, and get your bids in. Extended bidding begins at 10 p.m. Go ahead and check the untouched wax. We got it by the bundle in the box and packs. Leaf Tom Brady, only 5 like this. PSA 10, so you know how nice it is. Coming with the classics like Topps and O-Pee-Chee. Stock full of 1933 Gaudi. Houses try to diss, but they're gonna get knocked. HA track record longer than Shaq's Reeboks. So when you need a card, any sport, any year, HA.com. The choice is clear. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in our hand. Babe Ruth, Brady, Gretzky, Lajoie. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in our hand. Wagner, Jackie, Zion, Ty Cobb. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in our hand. Willie Mays, Russell, Pete Rose, DiMaggio. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in her hand. Johnson, Bobby Orr, Jerry, Mike Schmidt.
Hello there, and welcome to our fall catalog auction closing. I am Mike Provenzale, the production manager at Heritage Sports, and on my right over here, through a safety bulletproof pane, is everybody's favorite guy in the hobby, the most enthusiastic, the most roly-poly, and with the best dance moves I just saw, Mr. Tony Geezy.
Got one dance move and that's it. My wife hates it. My wife hates it.
Hey, stick with what works.
I guess. I don't know.
No need to reinvent the wheel once you've perfected it, Tony.
How about this? For the next time, I'll try to maybe get some more dance moves and see what I can do.
Yeah, maybe some lessons, kind of a Dancing with the Stars situation. I think the people at home would be very interested in that. I know I am.
As my mom would say when it was no, we'll see. That's exactly what Mama Geezy would say when the answer was no.
Well, thank you to everyone for joining us. It's a big night, a big weekend, our biggest sale we've ever had. 3,700 plus lots. Cards, singles, sets, wax, and collectibles, autographed, game used, game worn, photos, tickets, programs, awards, rings, whatever you can think of, artwork. We've got it all over 4 days. So here's the breakdown. Tonight is session 1, the premium cards. Extended bidding will begin at 10 p.m. Central Time. So you got just under 3 hours to get your bids in before extended bidding begins. After that, There's a 30-minute countdown clock. Every time someone bids on a lot, the clock for that lot will reset to 30 minutes. Every lot stays open until it goes 30 minutes without a bid. Tonight, cards. Tomorrow is the Midwest Masterpiece Collection, an incredible single consigner collection. We're going to talk a lot more about that later. That's Friday night. Saturday night is the memorabilia, which we'll be talking about during this show as well. We're going to talk about it all tonight, right, Tony?
Yeah, we're staying till about 5 a.m.
Sure.
All right.
Maybe
all
6.
Right.
We'll see.
Get that beef jerky and Mountain Dew ready, though. I need a whole bunch of that to get me through.
So Saturday night is the memorabilia, and then Sunday night will be the final session, cards and memorabilia. Some great items in there we'll be talking about at the end of the show. So you may be watching this on our Facebook page, you may be watching this on YouTube, you may be watching it on our recent bid activity screen. Wherever you are, we'll keep you up to date on where the bids are at for the big items, the interesting items, while we're going to take a tour through some of our favorites from the entire auction, and we're going to get to know Tony a little bit tonight.
Come on, Mike, I've been here 10 years. I think you don't know me enough. I think you know me.
We're finally breaking down those barriers.
All right. We're breaking down the...
Not this barrier.
No, that's going to...
Per the CDC and HR and some other alphabet soup, this is staying up tonight. And for my own personal protection, Tony gets a little enthusiastic.
I do. I'm going to give a shout out to our HR department.
Absolutely.
I had a pickup in Michigan, and I had my trusty mask, but our great HR department did give me a plastic shield, and I did feel very, very safe traveling. So
they didn't give you one of those HA hazmat suits?
No, that'll be next time, though.
All right.
Yes. I felt very safe traveling.
So plenty going on. There's some huge items. We're anticipating the 1979 OPC Gretzky rookie card in a PSA 10 to become the first hockey card to break $1 million. We'll definitely keep you posted on that. It's almost there, Tony.
Do we have fireworks?
Yeah.
Like those things that you push...
We can put off fireworks in here, right?
Of course.
I'm sure HR will be able
Bottle
to do
rockets.
that.
Remember those?
Yeah, bottle rockets, Roman candles.
Okay.
Let us thank our staff of dozens of people, for being so quiet on set. You can barely hear them. And for making us look the way we do. My hair takes over an hour. Tony's makeup at least 2 hours. So
I was going to do my hair before
presentation
this,
to get
too,
in
and I
here.
didn't.
So 2 things. If you're watching on our Facebook page or you want to jump over there, you can comment, ask us questions about items in the auction, items in your collection, things you want to praise, try to stump Tony. It's always an entertaining game. Has it ever been done, Tony?
Yes, it has, but I've got a good track record on the trivia. I have useless knowledge. I can usually do okay on.
And we've already got a few comments coming in. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what we got here. Yes. Hi, fellows from Australia. From
Wow.
Dean, a frequent viewer. Hope everything's going great down under. That was hilarious. He is speechless. So, mission accomplished, I guess.
1 for 1.
Chris Ladd saying hi. Chris Ladd of the Midwest Masterpiece fame. Incredible collection that he's put together. I hope everyone got a chance to look at it. It's got its own catalog, had a little flavor from his personal life and a great bio in there. An incredible collector who gave us an incredible collection and still has an incredible collection at home. So
I've had a lot of guys calling about that collection. People saying, "Hey, I'm waiting for tomorrow night." I heard that today.
We're gonna give it its due.
Exciting.
It's really incredible. Something that came in and left all of us speechless. And he's from your neck of the woods too.
He is a good Wisconsinite.
Some good collectors up there.
A lot of collectors.
The other thing we have is we have a contest going on. If you go to our Facebook page where this video is playing and comment and share, you will be entered into a drawing to win Tony.
What? Do I have to mow the lawn or do I have to wash the car? What am I doing here? Oh boy.
This Tony right here.
Oh man.
Yes.
That is
your very own cardboard cutout, life-size Tony Gehrig with his trademark lip balm keeping there.
That's my Carmex.
Carmex, yeah,
Yes.
there it is.
Yes.
So I've got it right here.
I will throw in the Carmex if you really, really want it.
Might get a little confused. I've got one Tony to the left, one
that's
Tony
too many.
to the right.
It's too many.
But we've had great interest for this cutout already, and it's going to go to someone for free. All you got to do is comment and share on Facebook, and you're going to be entered into a drawing to win it. And our expert shipping team will make sure it arrives in pristine condition.
Mama Geezy wants one of those too.
Oh, don't worry. We'll take care of.
All
We'll
right.
take care of
All
your
right.
sainted mother.
Make sure.
No doubt
Sainted
about it.
mother. Yes, exactly.
Nelson says, "Good evening. Good evening to us. We have clients and fans all over the world. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as Truman would say, wherever you might be. And thank you for joining us, Tony. Should we jump right into it?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So we're going to talk about some of our favorite lots in the auction, some really interesting things. We're the #1 sports auction house in the world. We see some incredible items, 3,700 items. It's hard for people to look at everything in the auction, so we're going to pull out some highlights, some things we think are very unique and interesting, and of course everybody's favorites. We'll talk about those too. So this is one... we brought in a whole collection of these. We're going to start with this. It's a 1912 J. Konisberg JK Candy Ty Cobb. Tony, have you ever seen one of these before?
I've never seen it, and I love that. And the title says previously unknown. Tell me about this.
Yes, there's a reason you've never seen it. No one had until this came through our doors. This find elevated the known checklist of this issue to over 50. The set was advertised as a full series of 100 players. Fewer than 50 were known until this fresh to the hobby collection came in with 9 new or uncatalogued players. So it had Collins, it had Lajoie, it had Wagner, it had Mathewson, but where was Cobb? This is 1912. Cobb had to be in there. This collection had Cobb. It is the only known Cobb, but you may recognize that portrait. It's the same Carl Horner portrait used for his iconic T206 card and his W600 portrait. Carl Horner, one of the greatest lensmen for sports photography.
Unbelievable work.
So a truly rare example here. This is the only one known, and we have a lot of clients and collectors who, if there's only one, they got to get it. This is an item that is going to draw a lot of interest tonight, and we have several from this set that are new. 9 that are new or uncatalogued, unknown. So a great opportunity for collectors to get something that, let's face it, part of collecting is about bragging, and there's a lot of bragging rights on the line tonight with that one.
Yeah, that's amazing. What's the bid on that? Do we know?
That's your job, Tony.
Oh my goodness, I am slipping, boys.
Keep track of the bid board. I
had one job to do.
Oh, Dean says, Tony, you can come to Australia. So
all right.
He's in on it. I've always wanted to go to Australia.
I want it. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe we'll do a show out there. HA going to pay for that trip to Australia?
I think I have a consignment to pick up.
Maybe
Dean,
not,
do you have any?
Maybe not right now, but soon.
32. It's got a 20,000 estimate. It's at 32,000 right now.
32,000.
Wow. Yeah. Anytime you can say, only known, it's going to add a lot of bells and whistles to it. And look at how young Cobb is in this.
Fresh-faced Georgia Peach right there.
Wow.
A great portrait, an amazing card. One thing I love about this auction, Tony, is the breadth of it. It covers, of course, all sports and non-sports. We're going to talk about some of the non-sports stuff later. But it goes from 1869 to 2020, right up to nearly today. Nearly today. So whatever you collect, whatever sport, we've got something for you. And this right here is the 1869 Peck and Snyder Cincinnati Red Stockings card. It's a CGC, or SGC, sorry, I've been doing comics auction. Authentic. And this is widely considered to be the very first baseball card ever created. This is where it began right here. And it features the game's first professional team, 1869 Cincinnati Red Stockings. This is a true piece of history right here.
It is. I mean, and this is something that's always going to be relevant because it is the first baseball card.
Sure.
And it's always going to, people are always going to collect it. People collect the first of anything. Of course, rookie cards. Well, this is the actual rookie card, I guess.
This is baseball's rookie card right here.
Which is amazing. And of course, there's not a lot of these that have survived the years and exposure and everything. And this is a nice example of one with the add-on back as well.
Over 150 years old.
That's
right here.
unbelievable.
This example. It is authentic. And of course, it has the two key subjects, the Wright brothers, George Wright and Harry Wright.
Wright.
George, second from the left, top row. Harry, center in the bottom row. Two of the greatest pioneers in the sport. They were on the first professional team, true innovators. So this is a piece of baseball history right here. Tony, I'm going to turn it over to you.
One of my favorites, and for football fans, football collectors, the 1955 Topps All-American set. For a lot of these guys, it's their only football issue, and it's great colors on this. You've got an action shot, you've got a posed photo, a posed drawing
Sure.
of these guys, and a ton of Hall of Famers. Newt Rockne, Hudson, Red Grange. You've got just an and the Four Horsemen, of course, short print. Great set. This is a high grade set. Right now it's at 10,500, and this one always does well, just because for most of these guys it's their only football card.
Absolutely.
Out there. And we're gonna get into one other one just because of the guy's name, and it reminds me of offensive lineman coming up. Great set, high grade, and
Dynamic illustrations.
it is
too,
just absolutely beautiful. And for football collectors, this is kind of their go-to set. Yes, there's the National Chickle set, but this one has rookies of just a ton of Hall of Famers.
Good choice, Tony.
Oh, 1 for 1?
1 for 1 so far.
All right.
I'm going to take it back to baseball and take it back to 1875. This is the
Wow, you're going old school.
That's right. I'm going to march us right through the entire auction here. So this is the 1875 Prescott and White CDV of the Hartford Dark Blues. Who's your favorite member of the Hartford Dark Blues?
Well, I see Candy Cummings is in there,
That's
and
a good
if it's
choice.
Candy Cummings, it's the first curveball.
Very good choice.
Who is an impossible signature, by the way.
That's right. So the Dark Blues were members of the National Association, the precursor to the National League. And top row center, you can see Candy Cummings, the man who invented the curveball, and he developed it throwing clamshells as a kid. He could make them spin.
What else would it be?
When he brought that to the majors, it had the hitters baffled. The season record for this season, 1875, he was 35-12. 35-12. You think you were going to see anybody?
I don't think you'll see a guy
hit.
hit 25 again.
ERA was 1.60. So
Little different
incredible
time.
Pitcher. And this is the only known professional photo of Candy Cummings
Wow.
made available during his career. So a lot of history behind this one. It's an SGC 80, which is a very high grade for something so old, and it's one of only 2 graded by SGC.
Right
So,
now at 87.50, with 2 hours and 26 minutes left.
yeah, I think that one's got a little more room to go. That
Absolutely.
is a true rarity. You're going to hear us say unique and rare, not just talking about Tony, but the material as well. And I'm just going to keep on rolling. It's the 1888 in 28 Allen and Ginter Cap Anson. One of my favorite figures from the infancy of the game right here.
Mint 9, no less.
Mint
Unbelievable.
9. This is a unbelievable one. It's popped to none higher, of course. There's never going to be one higher than this. Let's face it, at this point, there's no 10s coming out of this.
I doubt it.
Anson was, prove me wrong, audience, I say. Anson was the game's first true superstar. He debuted in 1871. He's in the 3,000 hit club, the first member of the 3,000 hit club, 2 batting titles, 8 RBI crowns, lifetime average of 334. And this is a very iconic set, multi-sport set, and one of the stars of it. And this one should clear 50,000.
I mean, one of
by the end
baseball's
the night.
earliest superstars, Cap Anson,
Yes.
as well.
Songs, advertisements, all of it. He was right at the epicenter. Huge player, and like you said, mint 9. There's only 2 in mint 9 and none higher.
Don't miss your chance now, because
Don't
you're not
miss
going to
your
probably
chance.
another one.
All right. Tony?
Am I up?
No, it's me.
Okay.
It's me. All right.
I was going to talk about it if you need, but...
No, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right.
So, we got cards tonight. Memorabilia is going to be Saturday. We're going to talk about both. We're going to do a little memorabilia. This is a circa 1940 Charles Kid Nichols single signed baseball. Not many of these out there. A Hall of Fame pitcher. He was a rookie with the Boston Bean Eaters in 1890. A great name that needs to come back as far as monikers go. We sold the first example of a single sign baseball of his in April 2011. So
That long.
if you
Wow.
collect Hall of Fame single signed baseballs and you don't have this one, you should probably grab it right now. It's not like another one's going to show up on eBay in a few weeks. And a beautiful signature in this one. 8.5 out of 10, I would say. And he passed away in 1949, sadly, so he missed a lot of the autograph time and when people really started to chase autographs. So not many examples out there, and this is a fantastic.
Yeah, and there's
right
not,
here.
and the thing with him is there's, he went in the Hall of Fame late in his life, I believe.
Right.
So you can find cuts; those aren't impossible. But to find a single signed ball is virtually impossible. His autograph, isn't the most expensive, but on a baseball, on that medium, it is impossible to find.
And we know a lot of Hall of Fame baseball collectors, single sign
Tons of them.
baseball collectors, and this
Yeah.
is one that's lacking from almost every collection.
Yeah. Very few people have them. Another one that's lacking from most collections, especially on a baseball, we have a Christy Mathewson single sign ball. Of course, one of, as we mentioned about Cap Anson, one of baseball's early superstars. He was in New York, and of course he died very young, and kind of tragically with the mustard gas. And he lived for a few more years, but he's a very difficult single sign ball. This one has a reserve of 50,000. The next bid will be the high bid on this ball. Even to find him on multi-sign and team sign balls is very difficult, but a true single, infinitely hard. And this one here is one of the nicer ones on a nice sweet spot period baseball.
And he's got a beautiful signature.
Oh, he does, absolutely. And he's probably the biggest challenge of some of those of those early guys, just because people didn't collect. People would get autographs, but they'd get more than one guy.
Right.
And to get just one on a baseball wasn't all that common.
And wouldn't always save the ball.
Exactly. Or
Or
they'd play with it,
Right.
But a great example of a Christy Mathewson single sign baseball.
This next one we've been talking about early stars of the game. This one is a modern star, but a very early autograph.
I like that piece.
This is the 1992 Derek Jeter High School All-Star Game signed baseball. 92. Tony, do you know when his rookie season was? After 92.
95.
95.
95.
There you
Okay.
go.
Oh, man. He almost got me already. It's not going to be a good night, folks.
If I can stump Tony in the first hour, that's not a good sign.
God, I'm going home.
But very cool story behind this one. Our consigner was 10 years old. His uncle was a baseball coach and was selected to be the coach for the annual MHS BCA East-West All-Star Baseball Classic. Was an
Wow,
all-star
Mike,
game.
say that one a couple more times. That's
I've been
impressive.
practicing all week. And it was held at Tigers Stadium. His uncle chose him to be the bat boy, so these were the best high school players in the nation. Jeter had just signed with the Yankees, and the Yankees let him play in the game. He really wanted to play in the All-Star game. He was already a celebrity in the clubhouse amongst these, and our consigner got a team-signed baseball as a souvenir. This is the ball. Because of his status, Jeter already getting the sweet spot right there. And he's 18 years old, and a very nice signature from him, and a great story behind it, and another one that, he probably signed a good amount of balls, but how many of them survived
From that-
to this
from
day,
that time
from that
period.
era?
And you and I talk about this all the time, and I talk to people on the phone and consigners and potential consigners all the time. It's the item, but it's the story sometimes that helps make the item.
Right.
And this is a great example of that.
Yeah.
Because it's so early for him, and you can pinpoint when it was signed. Great piece. And, there's so many Jeter collectors out there. Toward the end of his career, this stuff was marketed and mass-produced somewhat.
Sure.
But this is a whole different animal. And, yeah, something like this.
There's a good amount of Jeter
five
signed material out there, but
Yeah.
how many from his high school days?
Exactly.
And I love that he was already getting the respect in that
Right,
clubhouse.
he gets
got
he,
this thing that
he
they
gets
gave
the
him
sweet spot. No,
of course.
yeah, you're right on that.
Of course.
Yeah, that is.
All right, another great signed baseball here. This is from Roberto Clemente. This is a 59.
Oh wait, we got the 39. I think.
Oh,
I love
sorry.
this. Yeah,
Jump in
so
there.
we
No,
got the.
jump in there.
This is out of any of the Hall of Fame classes. Of course, this is the biggest and the best. The 1939 Hall of Fame, the first year where the players came to Cooperstown and they had a weekend long ceremony. Ruth was there. Ruth. Cy Young, all the guys are represented on this ball. Connie Mack, Lajoie, Wagner. This is signed by all of them. This one's got an estimate of, I think, of 20,000. It's at 8 right now, but I could see this thing going really, really high just because they signed a lot of cachets and first day envelopes and that kind of thing.
Don't see many balls.
You don't see many baseballs. Grover Cleveland Alexander's on here too, which is huge. You don't see a lot of baseballs signed by them, and this one is a great investment piece as well.
Ooh, Lefty Gomez, Dizzy Dean, period signature.
Yes,
there. Nice.
yes.
Good choice, Tony.
And next up we have Roberto Clemente single sign baseball. Out of all the guys from the 70s and 60s, he is by far the toughest one. Of course, he died very young, tragically, doing a relief mission on New Year's Eve, I believe it was.
Nicaragua.
Going to Nicaragua in 1972, and leaving an absolute shortage of signatures. This one is kind of eerie in its own sense because it is on I believe it's on an Eastern Airlines baseball.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's
that's part of his mystique and his aura. He was a hero on the field and off of it. So impossible to ignore how that contributes to his desirability.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's just not enough of them. And he had a beautiful autograph. This is a nice sweet spot signature. And because it's on the Eastern Airlines baseball, those tend to do a little bit more than they would usually just on the regular baseball.
Definitely. And because you did Clemente, I had to pull out my favorite Clemente ball here. This is the 5960 San Juan Sentadors multi-signed and inscribed baseball with Clemente. Clemente had a lifelong affiliation with the Puerto Rican Baseball League, beginning as an 18-year-old in 1952. He won 2 Puerto Rican League titles, 2 Caribbean World Series crowns. In 1959, he was traded to San Juan. He batted .330 and won the league title. So this is a great team, multi-signed ball from the team, a championship season, and a beautiful autograph from Clemente. It's about an 8.5, so just a beautiful autograph from him. And this is, a little more unusual. It's not a Pirates signed ball. It's not a single signed ball. This is from his Puerto Rican days.
Yeah, and the amazing thing on that is he always gave back. He always gave back to the game. I mean, after the season, he went back home and he taught the next generation. He coached and managed and mentored a lot of these younger guys. And it's a very difficult kind of team signed ball to find. You'll see a lot of Pirates balls and all that kind of stuff. Even All-Star balls you'll see. But this one is much, much different and much more difficult to find.
And speaking of unique, this one jumped off the page of the catalog. This is one of the rarest autographs in the entire hobby right here.
It's a great story behind that, too.
Yes.
And the way they authenticated it, they spell it all out. It's just,
So this is a 1932 Smokey Joe Williams signed album page. It's an autograph as inaccessible as any in the hobby. It's just not out there. And this came from a collection that was nearly entirely signed Perez Steels and other blue Sharpie autographs from the modern autograph show era, and then boom, this album page was in there. It had both major leaguers and Negro leaguers on opposite sides of the same page, which was very unusual. We couldn't figure out where it came from. The major leaguers were from several different teams. Joe Williams' autograph is there, of course, and some of the Pittsburgh Crawfords. So then we located a reference to a 1932 series of 7 games between the Pittsburgh Crawfords and a National League All-Star team played in Pennsylvania after the close of the 1932 season. We looked at the rosters. Every name on the roster was on this sheet on both sides for both teams, including Joe Williams, who was 46 at the time. So this is a decade and a half before Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier, and this was Negro Leaguers playing against white players, so a very unusual event, and it was for a good cause in the depths of the Great Depression. It was October 1st, 1932, and it was a charity game, a charity series of games. And now Smokey Joe was 46 at the time. He got knocked for 19 hits during the series.
Well, let's not mention that part of it.
Hack Wilson hit a home run off of him, but that happened to a lot of people. But in his younger years, Williams had been one of the best pitchers in the game, considered by many baseball historians to be superior even to Satchel Paige on the mound. So a huge figure and an autograph hardly anyone has. There's only 2 other autographs known
of him.
So this one is hitting the market Saturday night. Someone is going to add this true rarity to their collection.
And that really speaks, though, as to part of the research that's done on this stuff, because most people wouldn't know who he is,
Right.
Because nobody has his autograph.
And Joe Williams, it's just a very
It's a very
common name.
and I mean you'd have to really know your stuff to know that autograph, and also the part of how they authenticated it and how we had to present it to the authenticators. Said, here's where it's from. This is when it was signed.
This is the history of it.
Yeah, there's so many times that I'll tell people and coworkers, it's like you're putting together a puzzle a lot of times. A piece here, a piece there, and that's a great example of that, of the research involved in this whole thing. And it's a
Kudos to our researchers. It's a huge collection of Perez Steel and modern autographs. Here's this album page. It didn't just get leafed over. We investigate every aspect. What could this be? Who could be on here? And boom, it's one of the rarest autographs in the hobby right there. And a very interesting piece entirely with every autograph on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Tony, should we talk some more cards?
Let's talk more cards. I've got this one I just love, the 1955 Topps All-American. We talked about the full set. This one here, Fats Henry, who among autograph collectors is a very hard signature to find. But
Aptly
this
named.
yes,
well.
exactly. It's very, what do I say, beefy, stout. I don't know.
Husky is what my mom said about me when I was a child.
Husky, great term. Mint 9, of course. These hard to find in high grade. Centering is always an issue on these things, and this one well centered, corners razor sharp, at 1550 right now. Estimates 3,000, so there's a little room to go on this one, but high grade Fats Henry, Hall of Famer, and I think that one should do quite well.
And a cool set. As we talked about
Absolutely
earlier.
beautiful set. The next one's my favorite.
You're going to say that.
My youth. And I have 2 of the 9s and I can't find them. They're somewhere in my apartment. It kills me. Barry Sanders, 1909 score. For the longest time, these things were, $300-400 for a 10. Now, because of the recent surge in the modern cards market, this card has really gone up.
Yes.
Green borders, easily chipped. Centering is a bit of an issue on these things, but this one is a perfect 10. That one, and I think it's got an $800 estimate, but these have gone up significantly in the last 6 months. So great, more of a modern card from when you and I were buying packs of cards. Barry Sanders.
I remember that one.
Oh,
for
I
sure.
was I loved Barry Sanders. Still love Barry Sanders. Phenomenal.
All right, Tony. I'm going
What
to
we
talk
got?
about 2 of the giant items in this auction.
Oh, you're going.
that have been getting
What?
a
This is
lot
like the
of
main event,
attention.
man.
I know.
Okay.
But we're going to have more hoopla and fireworks. You promised fireworks. later,
Yeah, if it hits.
so-
Okay.
But we'll start with the American. This is how you build up.
Okay.
Right here. So this is the 79 Topps Wayne Gretzky rookie card. This is in a PSA Gem Mint 10.
Better give this all the bells and whistles here.
Beautiful card, of course. Pop 2. There's only 2 that have reached this level. There's a few differences between the OPG and the Topps. The paper stock, the language, of course, and the cutting mechanism. OPG used a dull wire, which presented problems. But the American side with Topps had a very sharp blade, and you can see it on this one. Edges as smooth as teenage Gretzky's face.
Oh my God! They got to pay you more.
So
That's beautiful.
Couldn't agree more with anything that you just said right there. So a Gem Mint 10, beautiful card. It's at 300,000 right now. That is already the record for this. And
Already? But there's
already.
There's
And
2
we got
hours
over
and
2
10
hours
11
to
minutes
go,
left.
plus extended bidding. I think it's going to go a little bit higher as well. This is right on the verge of the modern market. There's no definitive line,
agree.
but hard to say that Gretzky isn't a modern player. He dominated the modern era. This is his rookie card. And in addition to that Topps example there, we have this next one, which is the 79 O-Pee-Chee Wayne Gretzky rookie, also in a PSA Gem Mint 10, which is population 2 as well. The O-Pee-Chee, a little more popular, enhanced value due to the shared national heritage of O-Pee-Chee and Gretzky. Gretzky the most famous Canadian on earth? Hard to argue that. Tony, argue that.
I'm not going to argue that. I'm telling you right now, this is going to change all of the Gretzky stuff.
It is.
Because it's going to be a national story with it, reaching these levels.
No hockey card has ever sold for over $1 million. This one is at the bids at $800,000 right now, which is $960,000 with the juice.
It's right there.
So it's right there. A lot of interest. We've talked a lot over the past few months about how Last Dance has affected the value of Jordan and has really been helping all modern material go up. Where's the documentary on Gretzky? That's what I want
There
to
should be
see.
one.
What a great story. Incredible athlete, the greatest of his sport, no doubt. And this is his rookie card right here, and we're going to keep monitoring this one throughout the night.
Exactly. And the thing on these, you mentioned the rough cut is just standard on these things. Centering is so hard on this card. And even storage, I mean, those blue borders, those blue corners, they chip. There's usually wear on them.
This issue had a lot of problem with centering.
Yes.
Perfect on this one. It's got pristine registration, amazing edges. We talked about the dull wire they used to cut these from the sheet. So an incredible example.
And even if some of these unopened boxes, when there are not very many of, now they're starting to get to be the $100,000 range.
A couple in this sale.
Yeah, there's two. I don't think there's going to be a lot more Gem Mint 10s coming out there, just because out of the pack even, centering was such an issue on those things. So
probably also due to the wire cutting.
Yes.
Just gonna guess.
We want that wire. I want that wire still around.
But that is a huge card. It's going to be a big story throughout the night that we are going to keep tabs on.
I got to do my job, don't I? I got to make sure. I got to keep tabs on this.
Of course. And we're going to stick with hockey here. Another great hockey card. I mean, Gretzky's been getting all the attention of late, but I love this one. This is the 66 Topps USA Test Bobby Orr, and this is in a PSA Near Mint 8. Beautiful card. I love this. The fake TV border here, the wooden TV. On this one, centering is a sliver away from perfection. It has nice, clean surfaces, and there's only 14 graded higher than this one. Another hockey legend. We have one of his game-worn jerseys, one of the finest Orr gamers you'll find in the auction Saturday night. Photo match to one of his greatest seasons. And this is his fantastic rookie card right here. So another great hockey offering going down this evening. Tony, I'll turn it back over to you for one that I know is a favorite
I am
of yours.
a big fan, and I am telling everybody now, investment-wise, this is the stuff.
It's the next big thing.
If you take note of anything we say tonight, I'm telling you right now, wrestling is going to explode. As far as collectability, match-worn stuff, this is one of the rarest of the rare. Of course, people know of the 85 Topps regular issue. This is the CD wrestling CD. I'm thinking of work. I can't stop thinking of work.
What's your title?
This is the WWF 3D Wrestling Stars.
Oh, yeah.
You never see these for sale.
Yes.
You never see them. And I think with the uptick on the WWF stuff, guys, are really collecting what they collected as kids. This one has a lot of potential. It's at 6,000 right now with a 10,000 estimate, and wrestling. It always had its niche market, but now you're starting to see it get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the Hulk Hogan's and Andre the Giants. Boy, somebody could open this up and make a lot of money as well. So
we have a few people that follow us on social that are big wrestling collectors, and they've been talking about that one, and I knew you would.
I absolutely love it because you never see that. I don't remember them out at stores because the only one you would ever really see would be the 85 Topps. Even those you didn't see all that much, but this one, it's so rare, and there's just not unopened. We've talked about this now going on for years, I think. Unopened continues to surge.
Yes.
Continues to go up and up. And this, the wrestling, and you're starting to see prices on wrestling stuff, the Hogan stuff go up. This is a great investment item.
Good eye, Tony.
Yes.
So, we got a few more comments. Dean Lawler wants to see more Jeter material. Don't worry, we got more Jeter stuff coming up. Absolutely. Jennifer Lacombe says, Uncle Tony Brewer wants to know when you're coming to visit him.
That is my good friend's dog, and I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. This is a great story. I got up at 5 o'clock to catch a plane, And this beautiful dog is looking at me like, Tony, are you taking me out for a walk? And I'm like, no. And it was cold. It was cold. It was really like in February. And that poor dog every time gave me the look of, really? You're not taking me out? Yes. That dog was not happy. And
Tony, just take the dog out.
I should have taken him out. He gave me that sad look on his face.
And Chris Comstock says, great items and great show again, gentlemen. Wow on the Gretzkys. Thank you for watching. We're excited about those Gretzkys. That's one thing that's great about working at Heritage, seeing that come in. I mean, not many people get to hold one in their hands.
I get nervous.
Tony isn't allowed to hold that stuff in his hand.
I don't.
He's not. He has to be behind a shield like this.
Yes.
For the expensive
I can
stuff.
point at it. That's it. They don't let me.
But if anyone else has any questions, comments, you want an appraisal, you want to know about something in the auction, our insider info, please feel free to comment. We'd love to hear from you. Now, another thing that could be the next big thing, Tony, golf cards. Golf cards.
Yes.
It's the biggest name right here. 1996 Sports Illustrated for kids. I know you're a subscriber, Tony. This is Tiger Woods rookie card right here in a BGS Pristine 10. So Tiger Woods rookie, obviously an important card for golf. Interesting part about this one, and it came in a page of 9 cards, a single page. Had to be hand cut, which is a difficult endeavor, and it was in Sports Illustrated for kids.
And who's on the cover of that magazine? Somebody.
I don't know.
Larry Johnson.
Larry
Johnson with the
wow.
Knicks. I think it was Larry Johnson. I think he's with the Knicks.
Is that with the 4-point play in the playoffs?
LJ. Absolutely.
So yeah, hand cut, and you got children cutting them out. So not many nice examples out here. This one, the subgrades are centering 10, corners 10, edges 9.5, surface 10. 0.5 away from being the black label here. There's currently only a dozen graded pristine 10.
And we've seen the surge in Jordan. We've talked, of course, Kobe, the Jordan. Now you're starting to see Tiger Woods stuff go up. For the longest time, his stuff was soft. I've told people for the longest time, hold it. Now is the time you're starting to see some of that stuff go up. We had a
Masters last year. Still competitive. Still the biggest name. I mean, people watch tournaments to see what he's going to do.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not a diehard golf guy. I'm going to start playing it, though, soon.
Oh.
I will start playing it soon.
Don't worry. We'll get some video of that.
Absolutely. Oh, boy. It's going to take time for that.
Going to make Charles Barkley look like Tiger Woods.
But, no, I mean, Tiger is the guy, if he is in competition, if he's near the leaderboard, I'm watching Sunday, as are a lot of other people. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, his stuff is starting to go up in value quite a bit now.
Another thing that's seeing trending up, and a lot of this with the modern cards is people are putting money behind the players they watched play. Babe Ruth is great. Ty Cobb is great. There's no one alive that saw them play. They have if they are, please contact us. I have so many questions. But, those vintage pieces, of course, are always going to be solid investments. But now you've got a lot of people coming into money, coming of age, and they want to collect players they watched, players they loved. And so Tiger Woods is a great example. The wrestling is a great example. We're going to get into many more of those tonight. But soccer is something that is trending up right now. And this is one of my favorite soccer cards right here. We've only handled a few. This is the 1958 Ali Fabeljet Pele rookie card. Nailed it.
How many takes? This
is all live, people.
Yeah, although this isn't pre-recorded.
Every
folks.
word is scripted. We've rehearsed this dozens of times. So far, we're doing very good. But this is Pele's rookie card. It's a PSA near mint 8 plus 8.5. So this is made by a Swedish trading card manufacturer. Their first print run is 1949, but this is far and away the most famous offering they've ever had. Printed in 1958 when the 17-year-old phenom Pele led Brazil to the World Cup title over Sweden.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So a Swedish issue.
I was going to guess that too.
The year that he had 3 goals in the final, the Swedish team applauded afterwards from the amazing performance of a 17-year-old. And it was Pele's introduction to the global audience. He's the most celebrated figure in the most popular sport on the planet. This is his rookie card right here. He's wearing a Santos kit. We've got the Swedish language bio on the back. Only the slightest hints of handling on this, but you know, this is like a Babe Ruth, like a Wilt Chamberlain rookie, right in there. So if you collect soccer, football, footy, whatever you might call it, this is a huge card for you, as well as the next one, because modern soccer is the next big thing.
I saw that was like 11,000.
This is the 0203 Panini Football Portugal stickers, Cristiano Ronaldo in a BGS pristine 10. Ronaldo is in the argument for greatest player ever. Definitely the most prolific scorer in the game. Fan favorite. He's checking a lot of boxes as far as collectability. And this is a fantastic rookie card of him. Subgrades, centering 10, corners 9.5, edges 10, surface 10. One of only 13 examples at the pristine level. And if you're a collector out there who's looking for that next big thing, you know, you say, oh, I should have bought the Jordan rookie in January before Last Dance. Soccer is a good thing to jump on. There's a lot of collectors who are getting behind it. It is a global game, and we've seen the global market. Heritage, a global company. We have offices all over the world, in Europe and Asia. For Dean, we're trying to get one in Australia. Let us know if you know a place, Dean.
I got to book my flight. So
there's a lot of potential money behind soccer and soccer cards, and like we were talking about with modern people, people are collecting the players that they love, and he is an all-time favorite.
Yeah, he's a generational player.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Rookie cards. I mean, a lot of these, there's not a huge print run on some of these, and so there's not a lot off the bat. There's not a lot off the bat. Now, you know, with the high grade stuff, getting the numbers that they are, yeah, great investment piece.
Jump in, Tony. What do you got over there?
Well, I'm hoping to get a text saying that this guy signed a Supermax deal, but I haven't gotten it yet. So if
with
you're
the Mavericks,
watching,
is that what we're talking about?
Yes, 2013-14 Immaculate Collection, Giannis, number 13 out of 34.
Very cool card.
Yeah, with the on-card autograph, jersey swatch, of course, very limited. This one's got a 20,000 estimate at 30 grand right now. Two-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Hopefully he'll win about eight titles in a row.
More?
More.
8 more? I think you have to have
I got a little ahead of
more,
myself. But we've seen his stuff steadily increase as he's gotten better and better. I still think he can get better yet, so hopefully there's going to be even more room. But I think it was Gary V this week said that the basketball market is going to continue to explode, continue to rise. And with basketball starting up in a couple weeks here.
Already.
I know the Bucks' first game Saturday. They have exhibition games starting on Saturday already. So, it's going to be exciting. And the basketball stuff with the Zions and the Giannis's have just really exceeded anybody's expectations. So.
And let's talk about another Giannis card in the auction, the Big Daddy.
The Big Daddy.
This is the Panini Prism Giannis Black. BGS 9.5 with an autograph 10. Experts who have thus examined the offered trading card in person are unanimous in their assertion that it is the finest Greek freak representation that has ever been or could be produced right here. It's going to find a new owner tonight. Like Giannis, it's a commodity with every tool sharpened to the finest edge, Tony.
Nice.
Perfect 10 autograph. Narrowly missed perfection with 9 5s for corners and surface. This is a 1-of-1 right here. This is a huge card, and his place in the market is very secure. Price is trending up, so whatever level someone purchases this at, it's a great investment. And Panini Prism, widely considered the most aesthetically pleasing on the modern market.
Very collectible.
And I would definitely agree in this one, a beautiful example. And while we're talking modern players, we can't leave this guy out. It's the 2019 Panini Obsidian Electric Etch, Zion Williamson. I know you're a big fan of his, Tony.
Love Zion. I hope he has a heck of a career.
Yeah, I'm very interested. Yeah. Got a little taste this year of what he could do.
Just a little taste, too.
Yeah, but he averaged over 22 points and almost 7 rebounds, so a good start coming off the injury. This one's a Gem Mint 10. And limited to 25. This is number 14. PSA is graded 4. There's only 2 at this level. So everybody's looking to Zion. A lot of people investing in him, and this is a great card to do it at right here. So We've got a couple more comments here. Let's see what people are saying to us, Tony.
They're not saying to stop, are they?
All right.
Better not.
A few, but we're going to
Oh,
those.
disregard those. We didn't see
Dean
those.
says, Tony, here's one for you. Just want to know your thoughts on the 1995 Columbus Clippers yearbook, Derek Jeter. Thoughts on value? He's trying to stump Tony.
Wow, that
from
you
the
got
other
me
side
on.
of
I'd
the
have to see a
planet.
photo of it and send me a
Yes.
photo.
Dean, send us a photo.
Dean, send us
We'll
a
let
photo.
you know.
I have to do a little research on that one. Those regional issues sometimes are very, very popular. And of course, we mentioned short print runs. A lot of times on those regional things, they are, and they're sometimes they're made out of lesser quality, and
Yes.
which
Makes it a lot more
makes
difficult.
chipping easy and centering and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean that's any of the Jeter collectibles now are definitely going up. So now's your time.
Once you take a look at the bid board, I'm going to read through a few more comments, and we're going to take a quick break. Benny Lacombe says, "Hey Tony," and I think this is a trumpet emoji here.
A trumpet emoji? Oh boy!
I like that. Any emojis are definitely welcome.
All right. Hi Benny. How you doing, buddy?
Chris Burton, is it worth getting his Tigers UDA signed piece? Getting into Tigers UDA signed pieces? Will they rise like Jordan?
Yes, they will. Absolutely. And we've been talking about the Jordan pieces. You know, UDA, they're not doing as many signings anymore. And Tiger...
And for guys like him, he's not going to need the money.
Tiger doesn't need the money. And the thing about Tiger is he has an absolutely beautiful signature.
Yeah.
Always has, always will.
He's practicing since he was 3 years old.
Yeah. What show was he on? Oh, man.
It was a Tonight Show, right?
Yeah, it was one of those.
We'll open it up to the crowdsource, the answer to that one.
But even like Tiger Rush signatures are gorgeous, so I think it's a great investment piece. It's not like Tiger Woods is going to be signing autographs at an autograph signing anytime soon, and if he did, he would charge a lot. So I think it's a great investment
piece. He's not far from retiring, and you know, when people retire, you're going to see their stuff start to take off. And like Tony said, he's not going to be signing anymore.
Yeah,
you know? You're not going to see him at the clubhouse and
just
he's
signing
gonna
away.
That's not going to happen.
And the big thing on Tiger is it's always been our golf balls, and I think if you find a Tiger golf ball, even for $2 or $3 grand, if you can get one, that's a very good investment as well.
And his match worn stuff.
Yes.
Not much of that out there.
Yeah, we just sold one
a
for like
few.
11 or 12,000, I think it was, last auction, which is an incredible number on that.
So we've got Benny Lacombe saying, "Hey Tony, I have a 1992 Jason Lacombe baseball card for you. Interested?"
That's priceless.
Mary Provenzale says, "Great show." No idea who that is.
She chose well,
Yeah.
didn't she? She chose well.
So thank you to everyone who's been watching. Tony, what do you see on the what's going on the recent bid activity?
On the bid board, 1986. Wow, 1986 football wax box, unopened wax box, $3,000.
There you go.
That Jerry Rice rookie, really feels that one. But $3 grand for that box.
Great
I bought those
prices
as
for
a
wax.
kid. Oh, I mean, how come I was?
And a great time to mention, we have a modern card auction, an auction solely dedicated to modern cards coming up, and still time to get material in. Please contact us. Contact Tony. That would be in the wheelhouse there. We're saying 1979 and modern.
Yes.
2020.
To include that Gretzky.
Yeah, we'll get that Gretzky.
We always
in there.
include the Gretzky. And if we're doing like a vintage sale, well, then we'd still include the Gretzky.
Absolutely.
Yes. He can go
So
either way.
we're going to take a quick break. Tony, did you know our animation art department has an auction coming up?
I don't, but I know they do a wonderful job there.
Yes, and they've got some incredible material, and we're going to take a look at one of the collections now.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton. The Man of Steel. Superman.
From the 1940s Fleischer Studios, Heritage Auctions is offering artwork from the revolutionary Superman cartoons. Production cells from the mad scientists are up for grabs. This piece shows Superman carrying Lois to safety before the scientist's lair blows to pieces. From the same episode, a production cell showing the Man of Steel staring down the scientist's destructive electrothanasia ray aimed at Metropolis. And this cell shows the Daily Planet building being rocked by a blast from the mad scientist's powerful death ray. But wait, there's more. This color model of Superman. Animators color-coded each piece of the costume in graphite. There's also a color model for Lois Lane. In all, more than 50 original pieces from the Fleischer's run with Superman are available. You won't want to miss this animation art event running December 11th through the 13th. Visit ha.com/7235 for more information and to bid.
It was a great scoop.
Yes, Chief, thanks to Superman.
A lot of great collections in this auction, Tony, and we're going to highlight a few of them. And one of them is the Jimmy Foxx collection, a underrated legend, the Beast.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like he was a bodybuilder before there was bodybuilding.
Yes. I believe one of his teammates said even his muscles have hair.
Yes.
Which Tony's got the same thing going.
No, I don't.
But he made his debut with the 1925 Philadelphia A's at age 17.
Wow.
So he was already ready. Thunderous power. In 1932, did you know he had 60 home runs? But 2 were wiped out from the stat sheet because of rainouts.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So he was the second member of the 500 home run club, joining Babe Ruth in 1940. And we have an amazing collection from 2 different sources. Some of the material is consigned by Fox's son Williams, and the balance was at his namesake restaurant in Galesburg, Illinois, and it's consigned by his business partner there. So, Tony, tell us about a few of your favorites.
Yeah,
from
some
the
of these
collection.
really neat pieces. A 1934 tour of Japan, a photograph signed from his collection. So it was Fox's personal photograph.
Memento, yeah.
Yeah, from signed by many of the players. Some of the foreign players, but any of this kind of stuff, because of the lineage, because of it's from his collection, is going to give it a lot more steam.
And with the Japanese players signing on there, this was his personal copy. He could have asked them to sign after they were playing.
Yeah.
That was a huge experience to go to the other side of the world at that time.
Exactly, it was, and they spread a lot of baseball cheer. And this is at $650 right now with an 800 estimate, so it's already where we anticipated it to go, and it'll probably do much more than that.
Yeah. This is Saturday night, the memorabilia.
I'm sorry, 2,000 estimate. My bad.
Yes. Keep going, Tony. You're
All right,
still up.
and this is probably the crown jewel of his collection, the actual 500th career home run baseball. These, I think this thing is going to go for a huge number. The estimate's conservative at 30,000. Right now, it's at 12 grand. But the 500th home run is the benchmark, and that's the one that always carries the biggest value.
Second one in the 500 home run.
Exactly, the second one with direct family provenance, and he wrote the 500th home run on the ball as well as he signed the sweet spot. So from his restaurant, you've got provenance, you've got a great item here. I think this thing is going to go for far more than the estimate on that.
I would agree. This next one is another home run baseball. This one is from the part of the collection consigned by his son. This is a 33 Jimmy Foxx single-signed home run baseball inscribed to his son. And if this was just a Jimmy Foxx single-signed baseball, it would be one of the finest known. Beautiful signature on it. So the first time Fox's son saw him play was at the age of 3, a game in spring training, and of course, with his first son there, he hit a home run.
Wow.
Yes, and then he inscribed it to his son. First home run of 1933, Jimmy Foxx on one panel, and then on another panel, Jimmy Jr., first game ball, March 8th, 1933.
That's cool.
And 33 was a huge season for Foxx. He won his second AL MVP and his only Triple Crown that year. So a big year, a great story behind this one, and of course the provenance coming directly from his son. And then, of course, can't have a Jimmy Foxx collection without having a game-used bat. And we've got one right here. This is from 3637. It's a PSA DNA GU 9.5. This one, we got ironclad provenance, outstanding use, and a vintage signature on it for his Hilrick and Bradsby R43 model here. This is one of the finest Foxx gamers to hit the hobby. He launched 77 home runs during that 2-year period for the production run of this model, and just a beauty, 35 inches, 34 ounces, one of the greatest sluggers of all time.
And also one of the hardest game-used bats
Yes,
to find,
most
and especially from the
definitely.
Fiber Home Run Club. When you're talking the best of the best with that kind of provenance, I mean, that is an absolute beauty.
What you got over there,
So,
Tony?
you have your standard autographs, and he did sign a decent amount. Of course, he's hard to get on a baseball. But this one's kind of, I thought this was kind of unique. They asked him what his greatest thrill was, and he mentioned being elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame was my top thrill, and he also put a beautiful signature on this. Just a different kind of piece,
Yes.
A lot of people ask him for his autograph, but this one, kind of outside the box thinking.
People love collecting Hall of Fame. This is Hall of Fame adjacent. Him
It
talking
is,
about
it is.
what an honor. He had an illustrious career, won titles, won MVPs, played for 2 of the greatest franchises, and in the 500 home run club, it's still getting in the Hall of Fame. His #1 thrill right there.
Really, really cool piece.
And then
Possible Hall of Famer someday. The next guy.
another great collection we have here, the Lefty O'Doul collection.
Yeah, Lefty O'Doul, great player. Also one of the biggest names in the Pacific Coast League history. The PCL has a huge following. Before the MLB got out there, the Pacific Coast League was a minor league organization, I guess you could say,
Yes.
or a minor league. And a lot of baseball greats went out there when they retired and they managed. And, of course, Joe DiMaggio was a famous one playing for the Seals. This is the actual belt buckle that belonged to Lefty O'Doul. 1920s vintage on it. It has his initials inscribed or engraved on this thing. Really unique. Not something that was really made for commercial sale.
Yes.
Something from his personal collection. So really cool item from Lefty O'Doul's collection.
And I think you could use a belt buckle there, Tony. So.
Yeah, I know. I like, especially with that. That's a cool look. I agree. Very good call, Mike.
All right, but it's card night, so we're going to get back to cards right here. The premium session of cards, session 1, is closing tonight, 10 p.m. Central Time. Extended bidding starts. How much time do we have, Tony?
Hour and 43 minutes.
All right, so get them in.
Unofficially.
We're going to talk about a few more cards. This is one of my favorites right here. This is the 1908-09 Rose Company Christy Mathewson.
Oh, I love those.
This is a PSA X5, the highest graded example right here from the gentleman hurler. Tony, he never pitched on Sundays because he promised his mother.
Oh.
That's how you get the nickname
That's-
gentleman hurler right there.
Oh, is it the Saturday matinee? Okay, I get it now. Very good.
So,
Thanks, Mike.
what's interesting about this? Only 87 cards in this set have been graded by PSA. Whole set, 87 cards. Only 2 Mathewsons, and this is the highest graded of those 2. So if you want the finest, you want the best, you come to Heritage, and this is it right here.
And they just have a look to them. I mean, you've got the intersecting baseball bats, the posed photo. I mean, they're just so beautiful.
They really put a lot of thought into the design
Yeah,
and
yeah,
layout,
you're right.
almost like they worked for the Heritage marketing team or a precursor to that. So
Not quite as good as the Heritage Market.
no, definitely
but
not.
close.
But PSA and SGC, their combined census is only 6 of these cards graded between
Wow.
the 2. Only 1 graded X, this one, and none higher. So this is the finest example of only 6 known of a beautiful card, I must
I
say.
love that set.
And let's keep going. We couldn't have this show and not talk about this one right here. It's the 1916 M1014 Sporting News Babe Ruth. That's it, folks. Babe Ruth's rookie card. The rookie debut of the game's biggest name right here. His first full year with Boston in 1915. As a pitcher, 18-8. And then this season, 16, 23-12 with a league-leading 1.75 ERA. Just a dominant player. This is a fresh to the hobby card right here from a collection of M1014s. I posted on our social media when we got it in raw. People were going crazy. Nobody ever sees these cards. A whole collection that was raw. The SGC total pop for this card is just 15, only 5 higher than this one. So Ruth's rookie, very hard to find. Of course, you don't even need to talk about how significant Ruth's rookie card is. And here it is, one no collector has ever bid on before. Until this auction, it's going to find a new home tonight.
And people love that fresh to the hobbies. You know, they love the new stuff
Yes.
that nobody has ever seen before.
Great collection. They didn't know what it was worth. They came to us.
Oh,
we
I
told
love
them,
that. Those are great
Guess
stories.
what? You're getting a new house. Or a new car. Or both. Possibly
Pretty nice
both.
house and a pretty nice car.
That Ruth is at 200. Let's see where it's at. 200 right now, and it's gonna go higher.
Yeah,
There's no doubt.
Yeah. Everyone's waiting in the weeds.
We've been
right
lucky.
now.
Very few of those. We've been lucky to sell a few, and they always go crazy. So here's a very unique one. Probably haven't seen. 1923 to 24. Naciones Seguros Cristobal Torriente. And it's in an
That's a
SGC
great job,
60.
Mike.
Thank you. Pop 1, none higher. A very underrated, almost unknown player here. A 5-tool talent. Born in Cuba. Started in the early 1910s. He won 3 Negro League NL pennants. 1920 through 22. He won the batting title in 1920 and 23. He's one of the most dominant players in the Negro Leagues and the Cuban Leagues. Sadly, passed away at age 44, and he was one of the first 10 players inducted into the Cuban Hall of Fame. Also in 1939, same as the American Hall of Fame. This is the finest SGC example of this card from a pop of just 8, and we expect this one's going to do about $20,000 tonight. And this is one of my favorite cards in the auction right here. Beautiful example. This is the 1933 DeLong Lou Gehrig.
It just got bid up.
It did. What's it at?
92,500 right now.
92,500. You know why it just got bid on? PSA near mint, mint plus 8.5, pop 1, none higher. This is the finest example. This is one of the most underrated sets in the hobby right here. It is just beautiful with that stylized color stadium background. It's got the portrait of giant Gehrig.
I was going to say he looks
home run
larger than
swing.
life, but he is.
And he was. And this is Gehrig, the Iron Horse at his peak right here. So DeLong only made one issue, and it's this beautiful issue. So they put out a magnificent issue, and they're like, look, we're going out on top.
That's it?
That's it right there, like George Costanza just walking off. And on the back, it has a baseball tip instead of statistics. So it says, you get the stats somewhere else, we're going to help improve your game.
We're going to make
kids,
it better.
Right
That's a
here.
good idea.
So pop 1, none higher, beautiful card. And of course with Gehrig, his prices always demand a premium, especially for the finest example of anything. And this is the finest example of the DeLong Lou Gehrig. Tony, what do you got?
We're going to
over
have a
there?
couple game-worn jerseys of 2 of the absolute best hurlers of all time. 2 guys who dominated the 70s and into the 80s, and, well, I guess Nolan Ryan into the 90s. Up first, 1973, Nolan Ryan game-used Angels jersey from when he set the record for the most strikeouts with 383, which is incredible.
Think that'll be topped?
I don't think that'll be topped. I think a lot of these pitching records are safe and sound.
Yeah.
Made by McAuliffe. It has the year label, and it's a size 44. Shows great use. Has the name on back. Consistent wear on this. At 7,500. Estimate 30,000. This one here, another one. We say that many times a great investment piece. Nolan Ryan. Guys our age saw him pitch at the end of his career, and it started in like '67, and it continued all the way through.
I went to the game after he got in the fight with
Oh,
Ventura
did you
the
really?
next game, yes.
Oh.
We missed it by one day.
Wow. Yeah, no, Nolan Ryan stuff. You know, you'll see a lot more of his stuff from the Rainbow Knits, from the Astros, and then up through the Rangers. But Angel stuff you don't see a lot of that.
Yeah,
so
tough
it's a
to find.
very, very quality knit, and a lot of investors are buying knits now because they're very hard to find, especially with Nolan Ryan.
Absolutely. And another classic.
Another
picture,
one
a
here.
former
I mean, this
teammate.
one's got all of it. Photo matched here. 1976 Tom Seaver with the bicentennial patch. Game worn Jets jersey. Mets jersey.
Mets and Jets just go together.
They do. He just recently passed away, which is really sad because you're losing all these icons now. but with the bicentennial patch on it, photo matched. This one's got everything that you could ever want. As far as knits go, this is one of the finest knits there is at $25,000 right now. The best of the best. People want the best of the best. Tom Seaver is, I think, they consider probably the best pitcher of the 70s. And there's also a memorial band on the left sleeve.
What's that memorial band for? I'm going to stump you, Tony, right here.
What year is that?
76.
So who died in 75? I don't know. What is
Luckily,
it?
we have detailed descriptions.
I was going to say Gil
so
Hodges,
you
but
can
I can't.
dig right in.
Oh, Casey Stengel.
That's right.
Oh, okay. I was thinking. See, he died in... Okay.
But
I did not read that in the copy, anybody, either. So.
Collectors love the patches.
I love that.
The things that you can... it's from that season.
Yeah.
And a signifier and one of the greatest players ever, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's the signature Met star.
Yes. And speaking of signature stars, we're going to move on now to Mr. Mike Schmidt. Not his rookie card, which is going bananas right now. You want to look and see what that's
It was at 90.
Randy?
It was at 92,500 when I saw.
Whew. But this is a very unique Schmidt one. If you're a Schmidt collector, this is a great card. This is the 72 Puerto Rican League stickers. Mike Schmidt, PSA Jim Mint 10, Pop 1, none higher. He played in the Puerto Rican League. That's where he found his timing. Tony, did you know that?
I didn't know that, but what we've talked about before. Again, these are like lesser quality cards usually.
Yes.
And it's so hard to find them. Centering is always tough, and these things. Not a lot made it back to the States probably,
Yes.
and that is a big
flawless example right here. So the set was showcasing 231 players in the Puerto Rican Winter League, which Schmidt was a part of. This beautiful example, it's the only sticker to grade a Gem Mint 10 out of only 78 submissions.
That's it.
So these are hard to find, and hard to find in this high grade. His rookie card is rare and tough to find in a high grade. But if you have one, this is a great one to get as well. That's very unique. Not many people have it. There's only 78 graded by PSA. So, you've got his rookie in a 5, your buddy has it in a 6. You're like, but do you have this? They're not going to have it in their collection.
Here's the thing.
Brag-worthy item.
The guy who wins the rookie card, the 92,500, he's got to want to have that too.
Oh, yeah, you got to get this one. You can't have somebody holding that over your head.
No, that's an unbelievable card.
So, Tony, let's take it over to the modern side here.
All right.
This card people are very familiar with, and one that's definitely on the rise. This is the 09 Bowman Chrome Draft Prospects Mike Trout BGS Gem Mint 9.5, and it's got the 10 autograph. So, 8-time All-Star, 3 MVPs, Rookie of the Year, 7 Silver Sluggers.
Wow,
he's got
cut it down.
Full trophy case there, Tony, and he's probably going to add more. So, he is one of the best investments right there. No, that's not news to anyone, but a beautiful example here. Subgrades, we got centering 9, corners 10, edges 9.5, surface 9.5. So a great example from Trout. And hey, if you're interested in that card, why not get this one? This is the 2009 Donruss Elite Extra Edition 20-count hobby case. The whole case, Tony.
Wow.
From Trout's rookie year right here. Each box includes 20 unopened packs with 5 cards per pack. Tony, would you rip those open? Yes.
I'm the worst guy. I'm the worst guy to ask that to because yes, I have to. I did buy some cards today at Target and I did not open them all, which is very rare for me.
Get home.
I know.
But of course, you got Trout in there for people who like to rip them. Whenever I post an unopened pack on our social media, it's an immediate debate: rip it open or save it. But if you rip this one open, you got the Trout rookie, but also the Chapman rookie and Ackley are in there. So
there's other guys too.
Potential, yeah.
I gotta open.
Yeah, and Tony,
I hate to say it, I gotta open.
Tony, we know you would open it.
I know.
You have no restraint.
And then I'll be mad if I didn't get something good. I did that with 85 tops.
Don't blame us. We just
I
stand
know.
off. You do with it as you like.
I know.
All right, Tony, should we talk about some more memorabilia?
Let's talk more memorabilia. For any fan of the Dodgers, dem bums. This is the ball that everybody needs and everybody says they have, but most people don't. everybody says, oh, I've got a 55 Dodger ball. And then we do the research, and so many times it's 56 or 54. This one here, a true 55 Dodger ball. Of course, the first photo, we're showing Jackie Robinson and his Hall of Fame teammate. On the next panel, Roy Campanella. These are extremely hard to find. So many of them have clubhouse signatures. This one here, I don't believe has any clubhouse, which are very, very hard to find. 10,000 estimate at $57.50 right now, which is a great number. Ends on Saturday, and this, for Dodger fans, is the holy grail, the 55 team, and especially that there are not, I don't believe there's any clubhouse on that one.
That you are correct on that.
I am, okay. And after that, what do we have here? Oh, we've got the Cy Young signed Christmas card. Cy Young signed, we've seen, Hall of Fame postcards, single signed baseballs, multi-signed baseballs, but a personal Christmas card here.
Cool. Very
came
cool.
From Ohio, which was where Cy Young was born, raised, and died. Very unique piece. I haven't seen too many of these. This one's got a $2,000 estimate with a nice Cy Young signature on it. So really cool piece. Something different for a Cy Young collector.
While we're talking about Cy Young, one of my favorite pieces in the auction right here. Two of the greatest to ever do it corresponding with each other. This is a 1927 Cy Young handwritten signed letter congratulating Walter Johnson.
That is unbelievable.
Yes, so
Yes.
very cool.
I'm saying that a lot tonight, but sorry.
Young, you say it a lot all the time.
I
Tony.
do.
You're a man of enthusiasm, that's for sure. So Young was a generation before Johnson. Their careers overlapped just briefly, 2 games pitched against each other. But by the time Young wrote this letter, Johnson had broken a lot of his records, including the strikeout record this time. Now, he's not getting to that. He didn't get to that win total. Nobody's getting to
Yeah,
that
I don't
win
think that's
total.
going to happen. I don't think that was going to happen.
But Young and Johnson are the only 2 pitchers to get over 400 wins, and you can pretty much lock that one down. Nobody else is getting to 400 wins. So they're going to be the only 2 in that club, and here they are talking to each other, and there's some real genuine sentiment. It says, quote, "Dear friend Walter, allow me to congratulate you on your big day the 2nd. May you continue the good work for many years to come. I was sorry about your injury last spring. Give my best wishes to Griff and all the boys on the team. Wishing your club the best luck ever. I remain yours very truly, Cy Young." That is cool right there. Obviously, he's following his career. Johnson was a fan of Young. There's no way he wasn't. They're corresponding. So, they're tough autographs to get. Their letters are tough, but a letter between
Together?
the 2
Oh, that's
right
outstanding.
there.
Yeah.
So out there somewhere is Johnson's response letter, and we're going to find that for you. Whoever wins this one, trust me, we are looking. And this one comes with a letter of provenance from Johnson's daughter and grandson. So great provenance, incredible piece there. And
His grandson wrote the great biography
Yes.
on him. Hank Thomas
Outstanding.
did a really, really good job. It's a great read.
And he gave me a free copy at one of our auctions.
I bought mine.
So,
Yeah, I didn't get a free. I had to buy mine, but he signed it. So I guess.
but I didn't give it out to anyone. I just recommend it. They got to buy it on their own. Don't worry, Hank. I got you. So another great letter right here. Absolutely, got to take care of Hank. This is a 1923 letter to Shoeless Joe Jackson from his lawyer discussing the 1919 Black Sox scandal. So this is another wild letter with great content. We've seen a few letters from Cannon, Bancroft, and Waldron, the law firm that represented Jackson, but the content on this one puts this at the top of the class. Jackson was suing for $16,000 of back pay from the White Sox. Spoiler alert, he did not get that.
Oh, wow.
And he definitely needed it, sadly. He didn't get it. But here in this one, attorney Ray Cannon tells Jackson that he has, quote, "examined practically every witness now that has any knowledge of the 1919 scandal, and not a witness has mentioned your name directly or indirectly." Then he asks the question that most Jackson defenders believe signals his innocence. What was your batting and fielding average during the season, and how did it compare with the other players? So Jackson batted an impressive .375, 3 doubles, and he had the only home run of the series, which was in the deciding Game 8. So he had no errors. He drove in 8 runs. A lot of people point to that, he was out there playing. And this is a great letter and something Jackson was waiting to get this response back. He's trying to get 16 grand, which was huge money at the time, in back pay. Sadly, he did not get it, but great content here, and it's nicely framed, so a great display piece, because people are going to want to read this letter.
Absolutely.
When you say you have a letter from Shoeless Joe Jackson's lawyer to him about the scandal, people are going to say, let me read that letter. And you don't want your friend's grubby hands getting on it, so it's nicely framed.
There you
Put
go.
it up.
Nobody can mess
let
with
them
it.
see it. And this is one of the big daddies in the auction, and a very cool piece. We've handled a few Babe Ruth contracts. There's not many out there, but this is from 1933. So this is the contract he signed after the Called Shot World Series win over the Cubs, after he topped the AL in on-base percentage at .489, Tony. And so what did they give him? Pay cut.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how.
Come on, Colonel Rupert.
That's how Rupert
What the
did
heck,
it,
buddy?
Very shrewd. That's why he's in the Hall of Fame as well,
Ah.
and his autograph is on here. Another Hall of Famer. But Ruth was too expensive at $75,000 a year. He signed that contract in '32, famously saying, "You'll make more than the president." And he said, "I had a better year than him," which was also true. So this was a pay cut to $52,000. But Tony, that's twice what Gehrig was making that season, if you can believe that.
That's amazing.
So they
That
both
is
performing at the
unbelievable.
top of the game, but Ruth had all the extras. He was putting people in the seats. He was bringing in the endorsement money as well. So $52,000 for this season, and Rupert, he did good on it. He got 100 RBIs out of Ruth, 34 home runs. He batted .301, and the beautiful thing, I mean, there's all that significance. You know, the greatest player in history signing a contract with the team he put on the mountaintop, on the pedestal. But this has a 10 out of 10 autograph from Ruth. One of the finest Ruth autographs in the hobby.
Nice
And
full name, too.
full name. Nailed it, Tony. George Herman Ruth on a contract. Incredible piece right here. Some Ruth collector, no matter how great their collection is, it's about to take a step up on Saturday night when they buy this one.
In 1930, he hit 301 in 1933.
He did.
Wow. What age was he? He was about
He was
35,
he was a pretty good
36.
player, Tony.
Yeah, he was okay.
Pretty
Wasn't-
good.
Boy, that's a really good average at that age for him.
So, thank you to everyone who's joining us. We're going to keep going. Tony, take a look at the bid board. Let's see what's up
Let's
there.
check the bid board.
You've got under 90 minutes for session 1, the cards. And we're going to talk about some more cards coming up here after the break. We're going to take a short break. And just a reminder to everyone, if you would like to win Tony, all you have to do is share and comment on the Facebook page.
Wow.
And we have a life-size cutout of Tony Giese we are going to send out to you. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's in gem mint condition.
I maybe
Unlike
have to
the real
take that
thing.
home. I don't think anyone's going to be sharing. I don't know if nobody shares. No, the Ronaldo card, 12,500 just got hit.
Nice.
Yes.
Good bid there. Good
76
investment.
Topps Football cello box, 19,000. Wow. So someone's trying to get some Walter Paytons, it looks like.
Absolutely.
The Walter Payton rookie. So
So
a lot of
Tony-
bids coming in right now, though. Jackie Robinson Grayback,
Oh, I like that one.
15,000 for the PSA 9. So it's starting to, the bids are starting to come in, and
Yes.
this is the fun part of
So
it.
you got about an hour and 20 minutes for session 1 cards to get your bids in before extended bidding. For session 2, which is the Midwest Masterpiece, you can bid all night, all day tomorrow. The memorabilia, final session, keep bidding. But if you're bidding on the stuff tonight, get it in now.
Yep, you still have time.
Tony, I know you like the finer things in life. And we have some departments that cater to that. So we're going to take a quick look at our fine and decorative arts department with the incredible Ed Beardsley and, of course, our jewelry department. Guys, buying collectibles from Heritage, maybe buy the wife something.
There
The
you
jewelry
go.
department's got something for you. Check it out.
Hello, I'm Ed Beardsley, Vice President and Managing Director of Fine and Decorative Arts at Heritage Auctions. Heritage Auctions is proud to present a remarkable variety of fine and decorative arts on the second Thursday of every month. You'll find a large breadth of exceptional property to choose from at various price points. Everything from fine silver, furniture and decorative arts, to Asian art, American and European art, art glass, and a special section devoted to the gentleman collector with items containing automobilia, travel, exploration. There's something for everyone within these auctions. Growing your collection is now even easier with Heritage's web tools, including My Want List and My Recommendations. Visit ha.com/fineart to view the full auction schedule and to start searching. You never know what gems you may find.
Tony, you should buy Susie some of that jewelry.
I'll see what I can do.
Really appreciate it.
I'll see what I can do.
Buying more memorabilia you're going to lose in your place.
She better not be watching this.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. If anybody out there has any comments or questions, we'd love to hear from you. You can comment or question us or try to stump Tony on our Facebook page. Little trivia, yeah, absolutely. We'd love to hear. Let's see what we've got going there right now. Let's check in. You're going to have to look this up, Tony. Dean Lawler, our main man, says he's going to make it a little easier. He wants to know about the Little Sun Jeter prospect card number 2.
Oh my God, that's
I
know what he's talking about.
He has a BGS 9.5 proof of that. Dean, we've got a modern card auction coming up that's going to get amazing prices. Dean. Yeah. Let's throw another Jeter on the Barbie, if you know what I mean.
Oh my God.
Dean is asking if Tony can sign the cutout. Whoever wins it, if you want Tony to sign it, he will sign it. Inscriptions are extra, though. I just know that about Tony. He's free. He'll sign autographs freely, but for the inscription, got to pay up. All right. So
back to the show.
Got about an hour, 15 minutes to get your bids in for session 1, and we're going to talk about some basketball cards. We haven't hit basketball yet, Tony.
It's starting up
soon.
soon.
Some of our favorites right now. And
whoa, you're starting with the really
start
big
with
dog,
the monster right here. We were talking about the effect The Last Dance has had on the modern market and especially the Jordan market. Here's a great example. Tony, can you take a look at what this is at? This is the 1997 Metal Universe Michael Jordan Precious Metal Gems. Already right there, it's rare. Only 100 made from the whole set. This is the green. Only 10 made of these. What's it at?
$675,000.
$675,000, ladies and gentlemen. So everybody loves Jordan's rookie card, the 86 Fleer. There's over 300 of those in a PSA Gem Mint 10. We just sold the only one in a SGC gold label, pristine, for $420,000.
Which is a record.
Tony, a record. And then this right here, over $600,000. There's only 6 graded by PSA, like this one is. Of the 10, there's only 10 in existence. We've talked about a lot how the modern market rebounded from the 80s and 90s with the manufactured rarity, and it's worked. And this is a perfect example of this. There's no bigger name in the modern market. Some people are going to argue LeBron, and they argue on our social media pages all the time, and I love you guys for doing that. Let's keep it interesting. But to many, Jordan is the best. This is one of his rarest cards, if not the rarest, right here. The rarest variation.
This card has taken on a cult-like following. And it's not even just Jordan. It's any of the greens from this set.
Right. Only 100 made of each player.
Of each player. And then there's 10 greens. And the thing is, I mean, common players go for a couple thousand.
Right.
Just because this is the most expensive card of all these players, probably most of these players, this is their most expensive card, the green.
And these are the those 10, when people have them, they hold on to them. They
Yeah.
just do not hit the market. You're not going to see one on eBay in 2 nights. So if you need it, you got to buy it right now. You got to get this one. Who knows if another one will come out?
Yeah.
The way the market is, people may say, I'm going to see Jordan's going to keep rising. I'll wait 10 more years to sell it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going down. Put it that
No,
way.
it's definitely not. And another thing that's not going down, Kobe Bryant. His material has always been great. It's at a premium right now. And this is one of my favorites for Kobe. This is the 97 SPX Kobe Grand Finale. It's in a PSA Mint 9. Beautiful card. This is number 20 of 50, hand numbered on the back. These are very hard to come by. One of just 3 graded by PSA, and this is the highest graded right here. Are you looking at it right there?
I'm
Kevin?
looking at the screen right now. Somebody actually called me about that card this morning. Somebody called me.
Very
up
cool. We're expecting that one to do about 80,000. Kobe's another fast riser in the market. We've got a lot of Kobe cards in this auction and a lot of great Kobe memorabilia.
We do.
And
yes.
can we let the cat out of the bag on some Kobe memorabilia we have coming up in the next auction?
Go to TMZ.
Go to
TMZ.
Check it out. They've been talking about it. We've got a really cool Kobe item, one-of-a-kind item coming up in our February Platinum auction. And a good time to say, if you want your items presented in the premier auction in the hobby, the Heritage Platinum Night auction in February, we're still taking consignments, but not much longer. If you've got something really special, we want to give it the treatment it deserves, please contact us. Tony would love to talk to you.
I'll talk to you about any of that
Anything.
kind of
He'll talk
stuff.
to you
No,
about
it is
anything.
it is filling up, and that's always the premier auction in our industry. And there's a lot of these collectors and dealers and everybody. They all wait to put them in a Platinum Night auction. It's a specialized
So get your
catalog.
special stuff in there too.
Yes,
Tony,
yes,
you got
absolutely.
a basketball card you
Yeah,
want
I just when I see this card, it just reminds me how young Giannis as a rookie, how young he looks here. You've seen him grown and grown and grown and grown. And 2013 Panini Crusade, the blue variation
this one a
gem
lot, too.
intent. Yeah, it's just so colorful, and it just shows a rookie Giannis, and now he looks a whole lot different than what he did
does.
back then. At 420 right now. Again, with the foil and the chipping and all that kind of stuff, a very good investment piece. You've seen a
Absolutely.
lot of.
His stuff's only going up. His trophy case is going to grow.
Yes.
We know, especially if he signs in Dallas.
Yeah.
Just saying, Tony. Then you can see him play a lot more often.
I
Think
can
about
see
it
him every
like
night then. In person, no less.
So another very cool collection we have in the memorabilia side, which is Saturday night, is the Robert Scarpetti collection. So Robert was a retired Chicago police detective, and he was on Michael Jordan's personal 6-man security detail from 1984 to 1995. So rookie year until the first retirement, he was right there and after, and they became very close, as you would expect. They were his body men. They were on him all the time.
They're with him 24. I mean, not 24/7, but I mean they were with him so much.
Right.
And he was very close to those security guys. I mean, those are almost like his best friends.
He
almost.
liked his privacy, and those were the guys that would do it. When he's walking through a crowd, when he's going in, you see it in the footage when he's walking through a crowd. You can see Robert and the other security guys clearing the way. They get to be the bad guys, and Jordan can just be like, sorry, I would, but
it's not me.
Robert here. So Robert even made an appearance in The Last Dance, which we've talked about a lot, which is very cool. That moves you up to another echelon there. So they became very close. Jordan gave him a lot of items personally, and he's provided a few of them for consignment in this auction. And a lot of these were very personal items that he gave to him. And some of the signed photos, they're signed to Robert Scarpetti, and it says, "To Bob, get a real job," or "Get a job" inscription.
All those unique autographs.
So you knew they were very close. So we're going to talk about a few of the items we like from this collection, and we're going to start off with this. This is the 1994, sorry. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen All-Star Classic worn jersey and trunks.
That's a pretty iconic jersey, too.
Yes.
I will say that.
So very
It's a
important
very
piece. It's not a Bulls jersey, but this is going to check a lot of boxes. First of all, photo matched to that event. It was September 9th, 1994. So Jordan coming out of retirement to play in this. Scottie Pippen putting on a basketball tournament. And this wasn't just a bunch of spares in this game. Jordan was playing against Pippen, one-on-one. And what did Jordan do? 52 points. Just dominated his old teammate at his own event. You know, Jordan was never a second banana, ever.
No, he's not taking.
So he says, "Great, thanks for inviting me, Scotty. Now I'm just going to take it to you."
Dominate you here.
But a lot of great players in this game: Shaquille O'Neal, Gary Payton, Penny Hardaway, Horace Grant, John Starks, Mark Jackson. So luminaries, Vin Baker. And what did Michael Jordan do to 6'11" Vin Baker? Dunked it right on his head. So the thing about this game is that it showed everyone Jordan still had it. You know, this was during his retirement. He could still play with the big boys. He could take Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen, the best defender in the league at the time, you could say. Jordan just dominated him. And this was also the last game at Chicago Stadium, a very special place for Michael Jordan. He'd played his whole career in Chicago there. In this collection is also a photo of Jordan after the game. He kissed the floor.
That's what people remember, is that image of Jordan kissing the floor. I mean, basically saying goodbye.
The affection was genuine because he took the center court of the floor, and that became the floor of Jordan's trophy room in his house.
I didn't know that, really. Oh, that's interesting.
So, a very important game for Jordan. The last one he played in the stadium where his career started, and at the time ended, you could say. And it's photo match to that game. It's got incredible provenance, huge piece, and very unique. You know, you can't say Jordan gamers are rare. They're tough to come by, but there's a lot of Bulls.
They're hard to find photo match, though.
Yes, and it's hard to find photo match Jordan anything, especially one game in this. Got it photo match. It's got the great provenance. He had a huge game. Vin Baker probably not buying this one, I would wager, after he got posterized during the game. Scottie Pippen's not going to buy it either after he got shown up at his own event. But, I mean, it's Michael Jordan. He's going to show up everyone. So...
No, it's a beautiful jersey photo match, and again, you got that image of him just kissing the floor for the last time.
Yes.
And
one more photo matched item. It's not the next picture up. These are the 1993 Michael Jordan NBA Eastern Conference Finals worn shoes. We may not have it in there. Don't worry about it. I can just paint the picture right here. So these are the signed and game worn Air Jordan 8 playoffs from the 93 playoffs when they won their first three-peat, and they are photo matched to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Knicks. What did Jordan do that game? 54 points. 12th highest point total all time in the NBA playoffs. In these very popular edition of the Air Jordans, they had the dual crossover straps with the 23 and the white and red embroidery, the chenille tongue graphics, and you could say these are vintage 90s design.
I mean, this might have been the Jordan's best playing. I mean, that might have been the height of Jordan.
Yeah, that third title.
That third title. I know everybody was beating down on him and everything, but that's when he was probably at his absolute height. Of course, when he came back, he was unbelievable, but that early 30s Jordan was just unstoppable. And
absolutely.
You may never see something like that again.
So what do you like, Tony, out of this collection?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about Jordan, and all of his Upper Deck stuff has really gone up a lot in value lately. And here's one of them, Birmingham Barons UDA signed jersey. These used to be, maybe $1,000. Now you're starting to see these go into the $4,000 or $5,000 range. Very limited product. He didn't sign a lot of these, and people remember his baseball excursion, we like to say, but
Tony, you take excursions. Michael Jordan does not take excursions.
That's true. He had a nice little bus he didn't take, and those guys probably loved him for it. But nice Jordan UDA, Birmingham Barons. All the Upper Deck stuff is up across the board, and this is a really nice piece.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. And the next one we've got 1981-82 team signed calendar poster, I believe, and autographs the whole team. Anything, I've been saying it for a long time, the early Jordan stuff is
UNC stuff.
Yeah, the UNC stuff. He wrote out every letter of his name. Just a gorgeous
J on this one, I'm guessing.
Yes, I think it is.
J.
He had, and I think he personalized the signature. Just a nice Jordan early career autograph. These have, of course, gone up as well, but nice early Jordan.
Yeah, that UNC stuff, it's doing great right now, and that is a great Jordan investment.
It is, absolutely.
There's just not that much of it.
There's not much of it, and it basically dates itself because his autograph has evolved over time, and that's when it was at. It was so beautiful, and he wrote out every letter of his name.
Absolutely. All right. This is probably my favorite basketball piece in the auction. It's tough to choose, but this is a mid-'70s Marquise Haynes game-worn Harlem Globetrotters jersey. Tony, immediately recognizable. We've got to handle a few of these legendary Globetrotters game-worn items, and I love them. This is a piece that makes everybody smile. You put it in your collection. You don't have to say anything. You just pull it out.
Mannequin, it's so beautiful.
And people start humming Sweet Georgia Brown. That's all it takes. So Haynes could dribble a basketball 348 times per minute. Tony hasn't dribbled that many times total in his entire life. He is one of the greatest ball handlers of all time. And he entertained untold millions in this jersey. It's got terrific wear. It's got the number puckering throughout. Just an iconic piece. And in this auction, we also have a Globetrotters warm-up jacket, which those are even rarer than the game-worn jerseys.
Style and substance. Nothing was compromised on either one of those.
Absolutely.
I love those Globetrotters because you got the stars, you've got the tackle twill, you've got the name on back, you've got the Globetrotters in yellow tackle twill on the bottom. There's so much going on in those uniforms, and they're just absolutely, they're so iconic. And, I mean, the Globetrotters, there was a time, I mean, they played for real. I mean, it wasn't messing around back then, and they were just the clowned princes. They still are, but...
And another king of the hardcourt right here, Tony. I saw this one.
Oh, I'll tell you,
talk about
that's
it.
a great piece.
This is the 2003 Allen Iverson playoffs worn and signed 76ers uniform, jersey, and trunks. You know, those trunks were way too big for him. But this has got the My Gray LOA photo match to a playoff game versus the Pistons. So those early aughts, 76ers, Pistons, Eastern Conference game. We got the answer right here in the classic answer look, the black jersey. Love it. This season,
Photo match.
27.6 points per game, led the NBA in that, and steals, 2.7 steals per game.
That's like you probably in high school, I bet.
And he led it in minutes, of course. He led the league in minutes many seasons. This was game one of the Eastern Conference semis versus Detroit at the Palace. What did he do? 27 points, 8 dimes, and a beautiful example here. Photo match, got that black dazzle cloth. It just sounds cool. And why? Because everything Allen Iverson touched or did is cool, Tony. There's no doubt
I mean,
about
he's
it.
a player that is one of those once-in-a-generation players. And how tough he was to survive and go into the paint like he did.
He was smaller than both of us, Tony.
Yes. I mean, he one of the greatest athletes and one of the best small guys that you're ever going to find.
Just an assassin.
Yeah,
if
he
you
was.
collect
He could score.
basketball gamers, you have to have an Iverson.
Oh, he was
in your
fearless
collection.
too. Yeah.
And this is a great one. The black from the playoffs against the Pistons.
Yeah.
It's just checking a lot of boxes.
Yes, it
right
does.
There. All right, Tony, what do you got over there?
You know, when this was signed, everybody wanted Bill Russell's autograph. Now it's kind of changed because Russell signed a lot, but Wilt Chamberlain.
Yes.
These have really gone up in value in the last probably 5 years. Chamberlain, Russell, the two best centers possibly of all time. I mean, Russell won so much and Wilt was Wilt. 1,200 estimate.
I think Kareem's going to have something to say about that.
Yeah. But just an outstanding basketball. There's not I mean, Chamberlain signed a lot, but there's not enough to go around.
Definitely
and
not.
These have kind of steadily increased over the years.
Yes.
And you could add Kareem on it. I'm sorry, Kareem.
So we're going to take a quick break, but before we do, we had a request from some fans and some of our social media people to get to know Tony a little better.
All right, what do we got?
So I'm just going to surprise you with some questions right off the bat that people wanted me to ask you.
All right.
Tony, what is the first collectible you ever bought?
Collectibles I bought.
Like you bought
I mean,
it to...
started with baseball cards. I remember buying, I think it was an 4 Don Mattingly for like $10.
Okay.
And my mom was not happy with me. She was not happy with it. It was like $10 or $15, and
It's a great deal now, though.
Well, it's not bad. It's not bad, but that was one of the first pieces I remember buying. Memorabilia-wise, Vin Baker, you just brought his name up. I bought a pair of game-worn shoes right at the beginning of the internet. And my mom and dad's dinner went out. I had to go to a friend's house, 11 or 12 at night. I was bidding and bidding and bidding. Well, no, there weren't many bids coming in, I'm not going to lie. But anyways, that was one of the first pieces of memorabilia that I bought. Great memories, though. Great memories.
What's the worst collectible trade you ever made?
I got a 1963 Ray Nitschke rookie and Willie Wood rookie. Traded them for 1990 Pro Set boxes.
Yikes, Tony.
I did replace them in my collection, but that was absolutely stupid.
We all have those on our
We
ledger,
have,
Tony.
yes.
Don't worry about it. You were moving and shaking as
Well, I guess.
There's this one guy in our department, old guy, real old, not much up here, but he says if you're not taking a loss on a few deals, you're not doing enough deals. So
Who is that guy?
words to live by. I don't know. You can barely understand what he says sometimes. I cannot remember his name, but he does work in our department.
All right.
One last question. What's the first professional sporting event you attended, Tony?
I remember in 1984 going to a Packers game against the Lions and getting a hot dog because they had the silver wrapping around them. I remember that. I went to some Brewer games. I remember going in 83 to Coney Stadium, sitting on a police officer's bike because I love chips. And that was another one. Those are the two that I can remember. One was 83, one was 84. Those are probably the earliest professional games.
I can see you being an Eric Estrada guy.
Oh, absolutely. Loved it. I got the chip stuff for Christmas. Oh, man, life was good.
So we're going to take a quick break, show you a little vignette of all the top items in this auction. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the Midwest Masterpiece, an amazing single consigner collection that is session 2 of our auction tomorrow night. Take a look. There, you can win tonight, tomorrow night, Saturday night, or Sunday. This auction just keeps going, Tony.
Never ending.
And there's something else you can win. If you go to our Facebook page where the show is also going on, A, you can talk to us. And B, if you share and comment on that post, you can win Tony. This Tony right here.
Oh my gosh.
Right here. Cardboard cutout Tony. Life-size Tony. It's not as rambunctious as Tony really is. Nothing is. But you can win that. We've had a lot of interest in that, so don't forget about that. And, of course, you can ask us questions, which we got a question right here from Nelson Guzman. I have a broken Tom Seaver bat from the mid-'70s. Would that be something that fits in at Heritage Auction?
Absolutely would fit in. Pitcher's bats, very collectible. Hard to find as well. You don't see a ton of them out there. Seaver, of course, is going to be one of the more collected ones. Depending on the break, we may get it.
He's a good batter.
Yeah, he got sawed off by somebody, though. That being said...
somebody getting revenge.
Somebody got in on the hands. No, Seaver, not a lot of people have game-used bats of his. It depends on how bad. If it's broken in two pieces, we may get it fixed. A lot of times that helps the grade on the bat, but yeah.
But yeah, send us some pictures. You
We'd
can
love to
email
see 'em.
Tony at...
TonyG@ha.com.
And you can always direct message us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram about anything. If you want an appraisal inquiry, we'll definitely help you out. And Heritage has 40+ departments. If there's something collectible, we sell it. We have a nerd that knows exactly what it's worth. Ask us.
Big news here. The Michael Jordan Metal Universe just got hit twice. Went from 700,000, now 712,500. So
Wow.
a spirited battle is taking place on the Michael Jordan Precious Metal Gems green card.
Wow. Huge
That
card.
is amazing. That's got to be the highest that any Jordan card has ever sold for.
And speaking of cards, now we're going to talk about the Midwest Masterpiece Collection coming from your neck of the woods, Tony.
From Wisconsin, a fellow Wisconsinite, yes.
A incredible, all-encompassing, voluminous, unbelievable collection. There's not enough superlatives for it, really. But it is a concentration on the most significant rookies of the 20th and 21st century, spanning all sports, all eras, and then wax. A ton of wax of all sports, also non-sports. Did I mention non-sports? There is some really cool
kind of something of
non-sports
everything
in there. Yeah, whatever you collect.
Incredible collection.
There is an unbelievable example of it in the Midwest Masterpiece Collection. That is tomorrow night, session 2. So you can bid all night tonight on that. All day tomorrow. Extended bidding for that will be tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Central Time. And we're going to talk about some of the highlights, and there are so many. This is one of those collections. We're blessed at Heritage that we see a lot of incredible collections, and this one is right up there with them. It came in, everybody's just jaws dropped.
Everybody kind of
one
stops
after
what
the
they're
other.
doing when something like that comes in, and especially when you see all those unopened boxes, because they'll put them on a cart, and you see all these different 70s and 80s styles and colors and all those combinations. That to me,
I can always pick out the Star Wars ones right there.
Yeah,
He's got a
yeah.
good Star Wars
Yeah, those
one
late
here.
70s,
That's
early
right.
80s.
I'm that cool, people.
Yeah.
But yeah, unbelievable. The consigner posted a picture in a Facebook chat room of all the wax that he was consigning, all laid out, and unbelievable photograph, saliva-inducing, I would say.
It never gets old.
Yes.
We always say it never gets old when these unbelievable collections that you never really know where some of the stuff goes, and then you see it. It's just phenomenal where stuff is, how people get it, and yeah, this is incredible. And he's got his own catalog as well.
Yes.
That's one of the big selling points of Heritage, is we can get you your own catalog if you have enough material
It's
like
Chris
this.
Ladd, the consigner. Great biography about him in the front of the catalog. You can read it online or there. Real outdoorsman. So there's a hint of that with his catalog, outdoors aspect.
I wonder if there'll be a fish fry tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sure.
Better get some walleye and perch.
Should we have one through the screen?
My dad made some walleye and perch this week, and they sent me a photo from home, so I could feel nice and homesick. So
the consigner gave us this incredible collection to sell, and he's still got an incredible collection at home. Our salesman have been talking to him about that. He's got more. So let's talk about some of the highlights in the Midwest Masterpiece Collection, which is session 2, closing tomorrow night. First, 1933. Who else are we going to start with?
You have to.
1933 Sport Kings Babe Ruth Near Mint 8. The king of the Sports Kings issue right here, Tony. There's only 3 graded higher than this one. Great multi-sport set. I love this set. And a classic Ruth one right here. As we talked about in 33, we have his 33 contract. He was still banging it out those years. And very cool card. There's over 500 submissions of this card, only 3 higher than this one.
It's a great look too.
Yes.
I mean, it's such a great image of Ruth.
Yes.
You know, he's getting the eyes. You know, the stomach's a little, it's protruding a a more, but it's
just showing his success, Tony.
Exactly. It's a great
You've also
look.
been
It's
very successful, I see.
wish I wasn't as successful, maybe. I don't know. No, but honestly, it's a great set. And of course, Ruth is Ruth, and very popular.
Couldn't say it better myself. Yeah, very popular card. Incredibly high grade example here. And we'll move on. This is the 1967 Topps. We talked about Seaver just a moment ago. Tom Seaver, his rookie card, PSA Mint 9 here, Tony. And he won the Rookie of the Year.
Not a bad start.
That rookie year, he was 16 and 13, pitched 18 complete games. How many rookies are throwing 18 complete games?
That'll be a big 0.
And he had a 2.86 ERA. This is a beautiful Mint 9 example with only 3 higher.
There we go.
Sound effects.
Do a little home.
Thank you to the Foley artist there. And
post cleaning.
the next one, as I said, it spans everything. So this is a hot card right here. This is the 01 Bowman Chrome Refractor for Albert Pujols, and it a PSA Gem Mint 10. Beautiful card. Hand numbered 171 out of 500. And one of only 7 in a PSA 10 right here.
Generational star.
Oh, yes.
I mean, every single year he put up such good numbers with the Cardinals. And, of course, he'll walk into the Hall of Fame once he's done playing.
Yes.
One of the all-time greats.
Walk in with that home run trot of his.
Yes. You know, he beat the Brewers many a times.
Tony, what did you like?
Reggie White,
Yes.
1986 Topps. We've talked about the Rice. You know, there's an Andre Reed rookie card. This card is incredibly difficult with the green borders and centering. We've said it so many times, centering on these is so difficult. Everybody's like, I've got that card. But a Gem Mint 10, very difficult to find. This one's got a 2000 estimate. It's already at $17.50. So we anticipate this will go for much, much more. Tough card. Perfectly centered. Great corners. And of the great Reggie White during his rookie year wearing an unfamiliar number 91.
Yeah.
don't
Unfamiliar
usually
to you, I
Yes.
say. So, as we said, the Midwest Masterpiece Collection spans all sports. So, now we're in the football section. This one, I love. One of my favorite cards. 72 Topps, Roger Staubach. Tony, it's Captain America.
He
right
is.
there,
He
rookie
is. I mean,
card.
my goodness.
It's only 5 higher than this PSA Mint 9 example. You know what I love about this? How he's looking to the future. He is the future. He dominated the 70s. And, you know, he's all things to all people, Tony, as you can tell. Pretty big fan of his.
Heisman Trophy, Navy, then to go to the Cowboys, to elevate them. I mean, my gosh, he did everything.
College Football Hall of Famer, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and now he could be in the Business Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Just dominating in real estate. So, after he won Super Bowl MVP, when he was playing for the Cowboys in the 70s, he had another job at a real estate firm. He was like...
He did?
He was like the intern.
I didn't know that.
And, I mean, a lot of guys had
They had
2
second jobs. A lot of
back then.
insurance sales.
So after he won the Super Bowl and was named MVP, his boss called him after the game, said, congratulations, don't forget, you got to be at work tomorrow.
Wow.
And guess what? Because he's Roger Staubach, he was there the next day.
It's a great pose, too.
They probably didn't make him work too hard. But,
sign some autographs here.
and another pretty good quarterback here. This is Tom Brady. Yeah, some questionable looks from the staff of dozens back there. Who is this guy? 2000 playoff contenders, Tom Brady, the rookie ticket autograph, PSA Mint 9. It's one of the most valuable Tom Brady rookie autograph cards in the hobby, the most valuable. And this one's taken on a life of its own in the last year. He's doing very well with the Bucks. I'd say they're a contender. And only 13 are graded higher than this one. This is a $50,000 card right here. Tony.
We always say, we wonder how many times you could have walked by this card at a show. And
could have bought it for $1.
But yeah, in
you
2000.
would have overpaid at the time.
Yeah. I mean, how many times you might have seen one of these for next to nothing. And then, of course, after the Super Bowl, things changed. And then now it's a whole different level. And I mean, his generation.
Card.
Yeah, this could someday be the most expensive football card of all time.
Yeah, he's still going.
Yeah, he is.
The trophy case has a little more room.
Yeah, even if he doesn't win any more Super Bowls, he has already established himself. And if he wins one more, I don't know what is going to happen to this stuff because it is expensive, and could be the best football card there is.
What do you got here, Tony?
Oh, personal favorite. Big Shaq fan growing up. This is the one, of course, investment-wise, a lot of guys have taken this Beam team and taken it to a whole different level. This is from the insert craze of the early 90s. We all got into the chase cards, one per box. Well, this one's a Gem Mint 10. $2,500 is what it's at right now, 3,000 estimates, so it's right there. Of course, with the metallic borders, difficult to find this one. I think they might have been on the end of the pack too. So that's what makes it really difficult to chipping. And Shaq was. If
not
you look
many
at the
tens out there.
There's not a lot of tens. Nines you can find here and there. Tens is a whole different level. As you can see, these have become a very good investment piece because it's considered his best rookie card or best insert.
Definitely. Speaking of top level rookie cards, as we switch over to basketball. How about this one? 1961 Fleer Wilt Chamberlain PSA Mint 9. Wilt Rookie Mint. Those three words, every collector's ears just perk up. So a total pop of 1,300 of this card, Tony, only 3 higher than this example. One of the most important hoops rookies in the hobby right here. And this is gorgeous.
He was so far away better than everybody else. It's not even.
And look at him. He knew it.
Yeah, he did. I mean, for God's sakes, he played for the Globetrotters for 1 year after college, and then
just moonlighting with the Globetrotters. But a very important rookie. That is one of my favorite in the Midwest Masterpiece. And here's another one. This is the 03 Upper Deck Ultimate Collection LeBron James PSA Gem Mint 10.
These just gone up and up.
Huge card. The Ultimate Collection was just that. Boxes with 4 packs per box and 4 cards per pack. Every card was a limited edition. Base set limited to 750. This is number 208 out of 750. Only 16 graded to 10. This is it right here. One of them right there. This is a 6-figure card.
The best of the best.
And LeBron, a huge investment right now. In fact, LeBron tweeting he invests in himself. He's got a lot of his own rookies and some of these that he's holding on to. Get yours tomorrow night from the Midwest Masterpiece Collection. And of course, as we are not far from the American Airlines Center, farther than we used to be, but still not far. We've got this one from the Midwest Masterpiece, the 2018 Panini Prism. Luka Doncic, Purple Ice in a PSA Gem Mint 10. One of the most desirable rookie parallels from the Phenom. This is number 6 out of 149. And no surprise, he is very hot. This is a 5-figure card.
He's the next big thing.
Yes.
And I could see him winning the MVP this year. They're going to start contending very soon. And he has just gone up and up and up and up. Last year, you saw a huge rise in the prices of his cards, and it's going to continue in this year. And when he does win an MVP and starts winning playoff series, I think he's the next big thing.
Get in now. That's what we're saying. Get in now.
Yeah.
Those prices are only going to go up. Tony, what do you got over there?
The card of the 90s, the 1996-97 Topps Chrome Kobe Bryant Refractor Gem Mint 10. This card was always popular. The 96-97 Chrome set. Popular issue the first time that they did Chrome basketball, and Kobe Bryant, of course, was always popular. Even though he didn't star as much as a rookie, everybody knew he was going to be something else. This one here, centering on these is usually problematic, but this one here has got perfect centering. 80,000 estimate at 62,500, so it's getting really close to that estimate, and this is another solid investment piece. These chrome refractors are so difficult.
Yeah,
I mean,
tough to get that one in.
And it was a super premium, and you got one refractor per box, and have Kobe.
Spoken like a man who was chasing that card.
I never got one. I bought one pack at Walmart. I didn't get a Kobe or anything like that. But
Not many people did, but you can get one tomorrow night. This is the Midwest Masterpiece Collection. I didn't get one either, Tony.
yeah, I had to go buy the other ones I wanted. But I never had a Kobe. I love this set, by the way.
Yes. So we mentioned it's all sports. We ran through them there. Also non-sports. He's got some great non-sports in this collection. He's got Star Trek. He's got Batman. And this one, which I love, 1962 Mars Attacks. This is card number 1 from the set. The Invasion Begins. And this is just 60s sci-fi to a T right here. The entire depiction. This one is a PSA Near Mint 8. Only one higher. It's one of the most fun sets ever produced. Tony.
Yeah, I mean it's absolutely, and I'm not really a non-sport collector, but looking at auction catalogs for the last 15 years, anytime you see these in an auction, you always have to look at them.
Yes.
They are just far and away
Great
ahead
design,
of their time.
Beautiful colors,
They
especially on this PSA 8 here.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it. And what's it from 55, is it?
62.
62, okay, I'm sorry. But those are just, they're so collectible, and they've always been collectible, because anytime you see them in an auction, you always got to look at them.
So if you love the non-sports cards, check out tomorrow night. We've got some great ones tonight, and the Midwest Masterpiece has some great ones. And guess what? The cards and the rookie cards in the Midwest Masterpiece is only half of the story. The other half is the wax. Like this one, 71 Topps Baseball. This is the 4th series, the 500 count vending box. So stars and Hall of Famers in this one include Hank Aaron, Wes Parker, Wilbur Wood, Bob Gibson, Greg Luzinski rookie, the Senators card, the Tim McCarver, Earl Weaver, Padres, Nolan Ryan, and the box looks brand new, Tony.
I remember getting an 85 Topps baseball box of that, and we got it on the bus, and so we cut it right down the middle, and one took half, the other took half.
How'd you do?
See, the McGuire was the
That
big
means
deal back
not
then.
great.
Well,
Not great.
I counted it again. Yeah, the McGuire rookie wasn't as big back then, but yeah, those vending boxes always do well, and because they're basically packed fresh.
Yes.
And it's like a nice brick of cards. Great memories of that growing up.
Another great wax. This is the 1970 Topps Football. This is Series 1 wax box. In there, Tony, 24 untouched packs. Stars and Hall of Famers include Dawson, Greasy, Kelly, the Stenerud rookie, Starr, Sayers, Tarkenton, Lilly, and the O.J. Simpson rookie.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
So a big one. He's got some incredible wax in this collection. Tony, which ones do you like?
Yeah, wax is, as we've said for a while now, it just continues to go up. And
Yes.
I just love those 70s boxes. The graphics, the colors, all that stuff. It just jumps out at you.
And it's great to rip them. It's a lot of fun. But if you're the kind of person that holds on to them, you should be encouraging people to rip them. Because everyone that gets ripped is one less out there.
That's true.
Yours
Look
gets
at Mike
just
Provenzale, a little business.
A little bit rare.
So we have 1981 Topps cello box, the Joe Montana rookie year. These are very difficult to find. I mean, you can occasionally you'll see unopened boxes, but this one again, you've got the Montana rookie, which anything high grade on that set is really. And you have Art Monk as well. So you have a couple Hall of Famers, and that's a really strong seller right now. And the neat thing is, if you have the 81, he's also got the 86. So you've got the Montana rookie in 81, and 86 you got the Rice. And with Rice, Steve Young, Reggie White, Andre Reed, you've got a lot of Hall of Famers, first NFL cards. Some of those guys appeared in the USFL sets, but this is their first NFL one, kind of the rookie. And again, those green and white borders, very, very prone to chip. And to find those in high grade, which you'll have them right here, is tough to find.
Yeah, and that 80s material is finally getting the respect.
It is. It's starting to go up.
We thought it deserved when we were children. Now it's coming around.
84 and 86 were my go-to. Well, 85 too, I guess. Those are my 3 big years of collecting football. And every time I see them, I always kind of smile.
I was a little later because I'm a little younger than you, Tony.
Yeah.
But speaking of big wax, how about this one right here? 2003-04 Upper Deck Finite basketball case with 12 unopened boxes in there. Not the most aesthetically pleasing lot we've ever sold.
But if you open it,
but to
it is.
collectors, it is beautiful. A huge issue here. You've got LeBron, you got Dwayne Wade, you got Carmelo, Chris Bosh, rookie cards in there. This one's going to do over $25,000. Ton of potential there to open or just to hold on to it, whatever your fancy is. And then we couldn't mention his incredible wax collection without this. It's the 7980 OPC wax box, 48 unopened packs in there, and the Gretzky rookies on the back of one of the packs.
Wow.
We already know that. There is a
You aren't
Gretzky
going to go
rookie in
home
here.
without any. You're going to
Yes.
at least get
So
one.
There is a Gretzky in there. You can see what the OPC Gretzky in a 10 does tonight. Maybe that influences you tomorrow night to make a move on this one. I would highly recommend it. But I also highly recommend take a look, if you got our catalog, at that Midwest Masterpiece catalog. It is a thing of beauty. You can also look at it online, and an unbelievable collection.
I mean,
that's
that
going on
box has
tomorrow night.
basically doubled in price. I remember when it was like 55,000. Now it's $100,000.
Yeah, we just sold one for $110,000 a
did,
few
we
months
did.
ago.
We have some pretty good bids coming in here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's hear
I
it.
just had them all. Let's see.
He had it and
The
he lost
DeLong, Lou Gehrig, 110,000 right now.
it. Whew. That's
60
a huge card, though.
Yeah, it is, though. It is. 67 top Seaver, PSA 9, 12 grand. Oh, here's one. A 1991 Topps Desert Shield unopened box for $14,000.
I remember that set.
Yeah, I
Could
mean,
have that for $20.
yeah, yeah. So many of those were
That's why it's valuable,
yeah,
right there.
yeah, unbelievable. Just great stuff. And here's another one: 1986 Fleer Complete signed set, $43,000. Another great investment piece. That 86, 87 Fleer set is our generation's 52 top set.
Absolutely.
And some of those guys are hard to get autographs of on that card, especially.
All right, so we've got just over 30 minutes until extended bidding begins for session
Wow,
one.
it's already 9:30.
I know. And per the request of your fans, Tony, we've got a few more questions for you.
Oh,
before
boy.
we take a quick break.
All right.
What's the favorite item you've seen at a show, at a trade show? Tony goes to a bunch of shows for us. We'll
Yes.
get back into that soon, I promise. Once we all get vaccinated. Are the vaccines here yet? We're back?
Is it?
Soon.
Hurry up.
Got approved today.
Yeah, right.
All right. When can we get it here, though?
We cannot wait to see you guys again. Go back to shows. We really miss the National.
Bear hugs.
Tony, yeah, he'll give a bear hug to anyone. I think they're going to have a little more ferocity after this pandemic.
Wear a mask.
Tony is our road warrior.
Love
and
doing
he goes
shows.
to a ton of shows. What's your favorite item you've seen at
There's
a
a
show?
couple that have stood out. 1933 All-Star signed ball came in at the Chicago show.
Wow.
And my eyes got really big when that came in. It was a beautiful example that I think it did like 30 grand. And
Wow.
Matt just walked in the door. 1967 Bob Gibson flannel came
I
in
remember that.
came in one time, and that was I think 20 or 30,000 on that one. Those two have really stood out. Like at the National, so much stuff comes in that you know we just keep packing and
Yes.
getting in material. But
I don't remember you packing.
No, I don't. They don't want me to pack. No. But those are two that really have stood out that just came in without having something set up. But yeah, I mean it's so much fun going to shows because you don't know what somebody's going to bring in. You don't know what they have, and Chicago, because there's so much history there.
Yes.
A lot of times people
A lot of great collectors.
Yeah, a lot of times people will bring in that really unique item. So those are two that really have stood out in my mind.
And how long have you worked at Heritage, Tony?
8 years,
8 years.
and it's gone by so fast.
I mean, it felt like 16 to me. But yes. So,
All right, that was a good one.
in your 8 years here, what item did you bring in that sold for the most?
It was, what was it, Herb Pennock? I think it was Herb Pennock's 27 Yankee ring. Did about 200 and $230,000, I think it was. That one was the Michael Jordan photo match jersey, $480,000.
Right. Look at this guy. Oh yeah, $250,000. No, I can beat that.
Yeah, I trust me. And the thing on that is it came in not photo match. We had the good story to it, but still to photo match it from the 86-87 season, we didn't know if there was going to be enough period photography, but they did basically from the start to the end of the season. So that's the biggest piece was $480,000. So.
Thank you very much, Tony.
I have to get to $1 million someday.
You will. You
All
will.
right,
I've
all
got
right.
faith
Something to
in
shoot
you,
for.
Tony. So we've got 30 minutes left before extending bidding begins in session 1. So if you haven't bid by now on what you want, what are you waiting for? Get on it. And we're going to take a quick break. And my favorite thing about Tony is his dance moves. And we've got a fabulous example of that we're going to share right now. Please enjoy.
I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in our hand. Babe Ruth, Brady, Gretzky, Lajoie. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in our hand. Wagner, Jackie, Zion, Ty Cobb. Collectors look here and see something divine. It's enjoyable to see Cap Anson graded a 9. Trout, Bowman, Chrome maxed out at a 10. In 162, good win champions. Christy Mathewson, pop 1, so there's no more. Higher than this, Matty, no telling where the bids go. Fleer, engineer, Jordan's rookie in the 80s. Last dance now, the price is super crazy. Now let me take it to the modern side. The ones making those refractors shine. Collectors setting ready to invest this way. Collect what you love is what Geezy say. Bowman's classic mantle was made in the 50s, but Bowman's Pujols rookie be appreciating quickly. Wilt's debut 9, unbelievable. Ronaldo 2, footballers 2 to Seo. You see the perfect card, what's the bid on that? You bid, you top, then you bid right back. The next lot you track, so you come right back. Easy math, cause our BP is 20 flat. There's no doubt it's fact, HA sitting on top. Can't get Gretzky's rookie, get the OPG box. All certified, thank you Steve Hart. Preserve it and rip what you feel in your heart. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in her hand. Willie Mays, Russell, Pete Rose, DiMaggio. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in her hand. Johnson, Bobby Orr, Jerry, Mike Schmidt. 86 Fleer signs set in the place. Every single card is Beckett encased. Non-sports too, like Lost in Space. Don Russ Elite 20 count hobby case. Question for Giannis, well you gotta go and get him. Rookie Panini autograph Black Prism. Johnny U Mint 9, it's Pop 3. Sultan of SWAT 33 Sport Kings. Pele debut, now you know we got him. Michael Jordan Rare Green Precious Metals Gem. Patrick Mahomes Panini Flawless. Gehrig Pop 1, that's sure to impress. Log on, relax, and get your bids in. Extended bidding begins at 10 p.m. Go ahead and check the untouched wax. We got it by the bundle in the box and packs. Leaf Tom Brady, only 5 like this. PSA 10, so you know how nice it is. Coming with the classics like Topps and O-Pee-Chee. Stock full of 1933 Gaudi. Houses try to diss, but they're gonna get knocked. HA track record longer than Shaq's Reeboks. So when you need a card, any sport, any year, HA.com. The choice is clear. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in our hand. Babe Ruth, Brady, Gretzky, Lajoie. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in our hand. Wagner, Jackie, Zion, Ty Cobb. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in our hand. Willie Mays, Russell, Pete Rose, DiMaggio. I'm on an auction preview with Geezy, my man, seeing each and every card with the loop in her hand. Johnson, Bobby Orr, Jerry, Mike Schmidt.
Tony, you just nailed that. Is all I can say.
I gotta work on some more moves. That's my goal for next time we do this. I'll have a second move.
Careful, this is not going to live on the internet forever, so people are going to hold you.
You gotta come back and say, "Come on now."
All right, so we just finished talking about the incredible Midwest Masterpiece Collection, which was tomorrow night. Tonight is session 1. You got 25 minutes to get your bids in before extended bidding begins. Saturday night is the memorabilia, and we have got some huge pieces in there. Tony, what do you like?
All right, so we're doing the bookends of the New England Patriots dynasty. Not that they can't win it again this year. I think they're losing right now, though. But the 2001, where it all started for this franchise, the 2001 Super Bowl championship ring, presented to Damian Woody, who is a decent name. He had a pretty good career, and of course now he's on ESPN. It's got the lone Lombardi Trophy here. That's it, just one, and very stylish.
Remember how happy they were to win it?
Oh my God, it was one of the greatest upsets of my lifetime and Super Bowl history of at least my lifetime.
And they were one of those laughingstock teams.
They were.
Almost.
They were. They came out of nowhere. They got hot. The right time, had a couple calls go their way. But that being said,
Raiders fans shaking their fists.
L. Davis, wherever L. Davis is probably right now. But no, it's their first Super Bowl ring. Always going to be memorable. 25,000 right now. It's got a 50,000 estimate. A lot of people are tracking this one. 56 trackers, 11 bidders. So we anticipate that's going to do quite well. And the most current one.
Yeah.
The 2018. You can see it's amazing when you look at the first one and then the most current one.
Bigger than your mask.
It is. I mean, these now are just, you almost can't wear them, but chock full with 6 Lombardi trophies. 72,500 on this one. Had a 50,000 estimate, so it's blown by that, and I anticipate it going for much more.
And
probably
the thing about
figures.
that, total weight, 84 grams.
That's amazing.
That is huge.
You wear that bad
jewelry,
boy, you're going to get noticed.
That is 10 times bigger than anything you need.
That is just amazing. I mean, what they've come to, and you've got the bookends here, the first and the most current. So unbelievable stuff for a Patriots fan. You'll be known if you come walking in with either one of those two.
Incredible collection of championship rings from all sports, all eras. Whoever you're into, we've probably got a championship ring. Unless you're a Browns fan.
Oh, maybe this year though. They're getting hot at the right time.
I'm going to switch it over to that ring is a piece of art, but this is an actual piece of art here. This is a 1970s Roger Staubach signed original artwork by Leroy Neiman. Love this one. I said a lot about Roger Staubach earlier when we talked about his rookie card, but guess what? I've got more to say about Roger Staubach.
Continue. He's a very classy individual.
First, let's talk about Neiman. He's hit a new level lately. He's always been popular, but his work has become very valuable. He's approaching the status of Gil Elfgren, the pinup artist, and Rockwell. He's not quite Rockwell yet, but
he's getting there.
He's getting there, and this is a good time to get in. This is now considered fine art, and I heartily agree. His ebullient impressionistic style fully on display here with the 1963 Heisman winner. You got Captain America, Cowboys, America's team, America, #America, all that. And he's just a dominant figure of the 70s, and the 70s was Neiman's prime era when he was really at the height of his powers. So those two worlds coming together, great one here. Staubach signed it as well. If you're a good American, you should buy this.
Get out the fireworks.
No, all right.
Oh boy, Wayne Gretzky, 850,000. So it's 1,020,000. So
wow,
that is. I'll do a virtual high five.
Hockey
to you.
fans, Canada, take the day off tomorrow. A hockey card from Canada's favorite son has sold for over $1 million.
That is.
And you know what? I do not think it is done yet.
No.
It's gonna.
I was talking to somebody from Canada today. We're talking about poutine.
I bet
and I said that being from Wisconsin, that is something that's right up my alley. I had it at a card show though, so it wasn't.
After this sale, the poutine should be flowing like wine.
Absolutely, that is amazing. And you're right, it's not done yet. This is one of the coolest pieces in the auction, found at a thrift store locally for $98, but the price tag said $98 firm. So they would not take less than $98. And whoever found this, I go to thrift stores whenever I'm in a different city doing a show. I have never found anything remotely close to this good. Bob Lilly game used Doreen jersey.
Cowboy.
Mr.
Right?
Cowboy, absolutely. Made by Southland, which is a local manufacturer here, not far from Dallas. This one here for $98 investment is at $6,750, but will
got a long
go,
way to go
much
till
higher.
before Saturday.
Definitely 5-figure piece. I go to thrift stores, Goodwill, and I have never found something like this. I'm happy for
yeah, but
whoever
Tony, you
found
would have
this.
been like 98. I'll give you
Oh
70.
yeah, I don't know if we could quite do that. Can you do cash and credit, maybe a combination or something? But an absolute fantastic piece, and
From the most storied franchise
Yes.
in NFL history, their first huge player, first draft pick, all of that, and he later became a fabulous photographer. Do you know that?
I didn't know that.
I've got his photography book.
Do you
It's
really? Very
fantastic. You wouldn't think it, because he was into mayhem and destruction.
Yeah.
But he can also capture a beautiful image. There you go.
That's why Mike Provenzale is here, folks. Up next, 1978-79, Mike Webster, probably the finest Mike Webster Steelers game-worn jersey.
Tony, I'm just going to say it. This is the finest.
It is,
right
absolutely.
here. Prove us wrong out there. If you've got a nicer one, we want to hear from you.
38 repairs, photo match to the day before the Super Bowl. This
The
is
press event, right?
What's that?
The press event. The day.
Yes.
Yes.
And the definitive Mike Webster gamer. Of course, he died early in life. I mean, he died early. He's kind of a tragic figure, but he is definitely, he anchored that offensive line for those Steelers teams of the 70s. A photo match gamer from
Widely
Webster.
considered one of the greatest linemen
Absolutely,
of all time.
one of the greatest centers there's
One of the
ever
toughest
been.
guys, and you got
Yep.
38 repairs on a jersey from one of the toughest guys in
And I
history.
love that black jersey.
Yes.
I just think, I don't know, but with the yellow one, it just really jumps out. And this one here right now is at $10,500. It's got a $15,000 estimate, but this probably will hit $20,000.
And this
it
is one of
wouldn't
those
shock me.
that, whoever you're a fan of, if you collect NFL gamers, however great your collection is, this upgrades it. If you get
It does.
It's the best of the best for one of the most significant players.
And Steeler gamers are, as we all know, very hard to get.
Yes.
They didn't wear a new set every game. Try about every 3 years. Rooney family.
They could be watching. Rooney's...
Love Art Rooney.
I
I'm reading.
know.
Actually, started reading a Dan Rooney book last night. So
I know Mara Rooney's a big fan of our show and watches a lot as well.
I'm sure
so
she is.
beautiful.
Absolutely. 1991 Cornelius Bennett game used Bills jersey. I've said it a few times here. We have a lot of quality Buffalo Bills jerseys. The best Bills jerseys you're ever gonna find. Heavy wear. This one here, photo matched to 1991 Cornelius Bennett. Yeah, he wasn't Bruce Smith, but I think he's a guy who's a fan favorite.
Playmaker.
Yeah, great career. And this one's at $1,500. Again, it's going to go for far more than that. A very underrated player, made some Pro Bowls, and if you have a nice Bills collection, this is one that you definitely want to.
Bills are back on top.
They
Tony.
are, which is
They look
great to see.
Fantastic. So Bills fans, celebrate, upgrade your collection here.
Yeah. You don't see many Cornelius Bennett game used jerseys at all, and this one here is the nicest I've ever seen. The bids are coming in like crazy now.
Update us, Tony. What do you got?
Oh, there's too many. 27,000 for Mike. I'm sorry for 27,000 for 2009 Donruss Elite, the Mike Trout rookie year.
Good one.
1971 Aaron Gem Mint 10 with those black borders. 37,000.
That's impossible in a 10.
Those cards are so hard. Just to get a 9 is unheard of. A 10, those are just really difficult.
So you got just over 15 minutes to get your bids in. Now's a good time to go through, sort the sale however you like. You can sort by session, pick out something, because you got to have your bids in now on it if you want to participate in the extended bidding at 10 p.m. Central Time, coming up in about 15 minutes. So pick out some things you say, hey, I wasn't planning on bidding on that, but it's not at what I think it's worth. Get your bid in now, and
I got to tell you, our friend with the Tom Seaver bat, shout out to you. He already sent me photos of it.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
That is a good
That is impressive.
Did you reply to him, Tony? We pride ourselves on good customer service.
I need a 20-second, I think.
During the next break,
right.
we will reply to you. And our man Dean wants to know when we're opening an office in Australia. And I tell you what, I would be first in line to.
We have to go out there and check it out, so the execs can. So we'll take 2 weeks.
Maybe see some of the sites, some of the fabulous Australian cuisine. Dean, show us around, and
Dean's going to be our tour guide.
Yeah, I'm in. And Tony, you got another.
No, I'm thinking about Dean, and I want to go to Australia now. Back to the Bills, Thurman Thomas. Another high-quality Bills. This one's 3,700 with an equipment manager letter, 10 repairs and photo matched. Thurman Thomas could do it all. Out of the backfield. I mean, he ran the ball well, but he caught the ball out of the backfield really well. Could do everything. He was on all those Super Bowl or AFC winning teams.
Dominated Oklahoma State as
Yes,
well.
Yes, he did. We were just talking about it today in the office about when he left his helmet, when he couldn't find his helmet at the Super Bowl. And one of our great researchers.
And here it is.
Yeah. No, the funny thing is that you mentioned that we do have a Thurman Thomas that's going to be in our Platinum Night sale. Little segue there. That's going to be our Platinum Night sale, and it was worn in the I think it was worn in the Super Bowl and then sent to the Pro Bowl. I said, "Is that the helmet that he couldn't find?" And it's not that one, but just a really good Thurman Thomas gamer. These Bills jerseys are, like I said, the best of the best.
The letter of provenance from the trainer.
From the equipment manager, yeah,
so
absolutely.
Great provenance there and a ton of wear on these. Just beautiful examples. If you collect those Bills jerseys, time to jump in. All this stuff closing Saturday night. Another collection we have in the memorabilia side, Tony, is the Jimmy the Greek Snyder collection.
Unbelievable.
Name everybody knows. And you know what? Gambling is really moving towards the mainstream. The leagues are starting to endorse it. Something he kicked off there, but a real character. We've got a collection that's from his son, comes with letters of provenance from his son. If you're a fan of his or of football from that era, there's some great items in there. And this is my favorite, the 1980s Jimmy the Greek personal telephone book. Plenty of celebs.
We looked at this when it came in, and
man with a lot of contacts.
We
Tony
were
has a telephone book like this, a day planner telephone book that he hand writes into.
I do. I'm that old school, and Rob Rosen wants to kill me half the time for it. I will say this: when this book came in, me and Eric, one of our researchers, catalogers, we were like two little kids at Christmas morning going through this book, looking at the names, looking at the telephone numbers. This is an absolute treasure.
So it's got people from sports, entertainment, media, political. Here's a few of the names in there.
Oh.
Bob Hope, Senator Barry Goldwater, Jack Kent Cooke, Art Rooney, Al Davis, Eddie DeBartolo, Steve Young, Gil Brandt, Cowboys legend Gil Brandt, Bernie Goldberg from CBS, Jerry Robinson, the comic book artist, and Warren Beatty.
Wow.
That just runs the gambit right there. Maybe some of these numbers are still active. Who knows? There's only one way
Should
to
we
find
try to call one right
yeah.
now? I don't have my cell phone with me. Oh, wait, I do actually have my cell phone.
Warren Beatty? You want to give Warren a call?
Let's call
I'd love
Warren.
to talk to him.
Area codes.
Yeah. Oh.
See, he had them all in there. But it's a cool, unique item from a real character. Tony, what do you like?
He was the first of his kind, too.
Yes.
He really was. And that's
bringing gambling into the mainstream.
Yes.
They couldn't really talk about it. They had to
I'm sure Pete Rozelle just loved that they're talking about gambling after the infamous Alex Karras Paul Hornung in 1962-63. He must have just been thrilled at that. From the Jimmy the Greek collection, Harold Carmichael, who will be going in the Hall of Fame this year, a game-worn jersey where they took the name off. They took the name off on the back, and they instituted the Greek instead. They took off the original nameplate. This one does have repairs. Great, great uniform from a guy going in the Hall of Fame. So all those guys who collect Hall of Fame gamers, they're going to need Carmichael. And this with Jimmy the Greek angle on it, really, really cool. And that's got a $2,500 estimate. It's well on its way there right now. And not a lot of Eagle Hall of Famers. And this is 6 foot, I think he was like 6'7". or 6'6". He was
huge, yeah.
very tall for his time at that position.
Precursor to the Julio Jones.
To the guys today,
the
yeah.
Megatrons.
Absolutely. Yeah.
DK Metcalf, all those guys.
He was DK before DK. Next, 1981, John Matuzak. We talk cult heroes. He was one of them. Another one. He was like 6'7", 6'8". These gigantic turf shoes were worn by Matuzak and signed. His autograph is kind of hard to find. He died very young, lived on the edge, and unfortunately died quite young. But game-worn cleats from Matuzak. Another cult hero and a Raider if there ever was one.
Yes, no doubt about that. All right, Tony, should we go back to baseball?
Let's go back to baseball.
A lot of great baseball stuff. This is one I love.
Baseball.
Beautiful piece here. It's a 1934 Tour of Japan team signed sheet. This is 8.5 decades old, Tony. By far the most famous foreign excursion of the national pastime. This trip had a huge effect. Many layers to it, sending our biggest stars over there. 1934, baseball had a foothold in Japan, but this is when it became an institution that it still is today. My favorite part of the 34 Tour of Japan, Moberg. The spy there. Just an incredible story. But this is a beautiful team-signed sheet right here. It's got 19 team members and the translator on here. All the autographs. 9 out of 10 or better. Got Babe Ruth, Connie Mack, Lefty O'Doul, Bing Miller, Lefty Gomez, Eric McNair, Robert Wartzler, Frank Hayes, Charlie Gehringer, Earl Averill, John Quinn, Lou Gehrig, of course, Moberg, Jimmy Foxx, Satoru Suzuki, the translator.
Not
and
a bad
beautiful
combination.
Display. It's got the photo of the team there. Great piece. Those 34 Japan items.
There's a
come
lot
at
of
premium.
collectors. There's a lot of collectors of the Tour of Japan stuff, and when you
on both sides of the Pacific.
Absolutely, yeah, with the baseballs and the photos, there's a lot of quality stuff in this auction from the Tour of Japan.
And this is a cool piece here too. Real rarity. We talked about the 1919 World Series earlier, the Black Sox Scandal. This is a 1919 World Series ticket stub, PSA authentic, Game 8, Tony. They had Game 8
Wait, what do you mean
back
Game
then.
8? They didn't
That's
have that
right.
many games.
This is the deciding game, one of only 2 examples of it in the PSA population. It's the most desirable World Series ticket. Maybe the 1903 World Series, the first World Series ticket. You could say that, but this is right
1919
there.
is always going to have.
It has that infamous. It has the story. Deciding Game 8. This is baseball's darkest day right here. This is a ticket to it. Great story about. There's a lot of great stories about the scandal, but the night before this game, the White Sox starter Lefty Williams says he was visited by an individual who threatened him and his wife if he didn't throw the game quickly. First inning, gave up 4 straight 1-out hits for 3 runs right there.
The fix was in.
The fix was in.
Ouch.
And this is the game, 3rd inning. Shoeless Joe hit the only home run in the series in the 3rd inning of this game. Incredible rarity right here. If you collect tickets, you need one of these in your collection, and there's only 2 out there, so this is where you get it.
Babe Ruth, 1916, 230,000.
Wow.
Their house is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, isn't it?
101.4 right
Wow,
there. The
wow.
rookie card we talked about earlier.
Congratulations.
And a
That's
fresh one.
unbelievable.
Fresh to the hobby. Speaking of Babe Ruth, Tony.
I love this
One of my
photo.
favorite Babe Ruth photos. This is a circa 1924 Babe Ruth, the bubblegum cap photograph by who? Charles Conlon. Only the most famous lensman of the era. The primary visual record of Major League Baseball in the early half of the 20th century. Thanks to Charles Conlon, we sold his entire archive of glass negatives several years ago.
That's right. I remember
Over
that.
7,000 glass negatives. Tony was allowed nowhere near those.
No,
glass
they
negatives.
didn't even. I never even got to
I'll tell
see
you
it,
that.
so I just.
But a great photo. It's the dichotomy here. Ruth has a very serious expression on his face. It's a great portrait. But then he's got a wad of bubble gum on the top of his cap. Everybody knows he had a sense of humor. He was very jovial. And this is a great example of it. This is just the second example of an original photo of this image we've seen. And this is a photo that's going to sell for 20 grand.
Absolutely.
Easy, I'd say.
We got
what do you like?
2003-04 SP Authentic LeBron, 110,000 right now.
Wow.
That is, it just got 2 bids. And
LeBron keeps
the
going.
absolute one we should be talking about it at some point, the Wacky Packs, 31,000.
Wow.
And that's a really tough series on that. Wacky Packs, very collectible, of course. But a lot of bids. We have 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
6 minutes to get your bids in, and they are really coming in right now. All right, up next, we have art
good
and we
choice.
have pitching greatness come together here. Tom Seaver, original artwork on a baseball done by Leroy Neiman. These are very popular in the collecting world. Done by Neiman, of course. This one is inscribed 1992 by Seaver. These are really well collected. We sold a number of these years ago, probably.
Yeah, one guy's collection.
Yeah, we had the Marilyn Monroe and DiMaggio. This one here pays tribute to Tom Seaver. It's at $11.50 right now. But again, great piece, great display piece.
That's a unique one.
It
on
is.
a baseball.
Yep.
It's great to have a painting or a sketch by him, but just not many baseballs.
A baseball, yeah, and you could put that on your mantle, and
it'll be eye-catching for sure. Especially
God,
you got a single sign or team sign baseball collection, and then bam, a Leroy Neiman.
Yep.
Right
They have
in
it
there.
right there too.
Very distinctive style. Let's talk about some game-worn items here, Tony. 2 that I really like. It's the 1954 Whitey Ford game-worn Yankees jersey, photo-matched to the All-Star game right there. The greatest living Yankee till he sadly passed in October.
We've been saying that too much this year with
2020's been a tough year, So, Whitey Ford, 10 All-Star games, 6 World Championships. He's in residence in both the Yankee Stadium, Monument Park, and the Hall of Fame. And this was the chairman of the board participating in his first Midsummer Classic.
It's his first All-Star game.
Yes,
Wow.
54. Season that saw him go 16-8 with a 2.82 ERA. So a lot to like about this one. And the photo match image, which you can see online at ha.com, wonderful photograph of Ford sharing secrets with enemy ace Robin Roberts prior to the start of the All-Star game. It is a great photo and great jersey here. Very solid wear, consistent with the season that saw him do 210 innings of work, Tony.
That is amazing. And
number.
when you can photo match, it adds such a layer to it.
And a full season, no staining on this.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
very rare.
as well.
That's very rare. Usually, and we've talked about this before. Most of the time, what they did, especially the Yankees, 80 to 90% of them, they were stripped after the season. They stripped the numbers on them, and then they were sent down to the minors. So to have an unrestored one, photo matched, it's a big
First
deal.
All-Star game,
Yes.
too. That is a big selling
for a
point
Yankee
there.
fan. That is as good as it gets.
And another one for Yankees fans. Nice segue there, Tony. Thank you for that. This is an early 70s Thurman Munson rookie-era game-worn catcher's mitt. And this is photo-matched as well. This was gifted to Ed Napoleon, who managed the Yankee farm clubs in the mid-70s and was a good friend of Munson's. And that's why Munson wrote Nap on this glove, because he was giving it to Ed Napoleon as a gift.
Oh, my God.
Very cool there. The 1969 production date on this Rawlings mitt visually assures us that this is the tool that Munson utilized during his Rookie of the Year campaign and quite possibly during his Major League Baseball debut. Jesus. So a huge piece there. Wear suggests a full season of use. So he wrote 15 Munson on it. That's what they used to photo match. It perfectly matches the image. It's one of the most desirable gloves, certainly catcher's mitts, but gloves in general to hit the auction block, especially for Yankees.
And
Munson is so beloved.
I'm just there will be a day I'm convinced that he will go in the Hall of Fame. And
Yes.
that's gonna his stuff he basically has Hall of Fame prices at this point.
Yes,
But it'll
definitely.
increase it even more. A lot of bids coming in, a lot of incredible bids coming in.
Let's hear them.
Okay.
Do tell.
Magic Bird rookie year unopened box, 15,500.
Wow.
There's so many coming in. Jeez, I'm losing them here, guys. George Brett rookie.
Don't slow down at home. Tony will catch up.
George Brett, 75 tops, Gem Mint 10, 77,500.
Oh, he's chasing that Schmidt.
He is. And Schmidt just got hit.
Those two eternally tied together.
97,500 on Schmidt.
Wow.
So, I mean, you're talking 70s.
So if you're a George Brett fan, you need that card to catch up to the Schmidt.
And I would
There's
think
a
the
real
Brett would be
rivalry
tougher
there.
because those colorful borders on that.
Yes.
You know, whereas the Schmidt is the white borders.
White
but
border.
wow. I'm
Tony is
speechless.
amazed.
I'm speechless, and that's rare for me.
Nelson Guzman saying that glove is crazy. I would agree. It's one of the finest gloves I've ever seen, tied to his rookie year, photo matched.
Yeah.
Could have been used during his debut. Great
It's got
provenance
everything. It's got
on
everything
it.
you could want.
It's ironclad, and it's just something with a catcher having the mitt. You know, it's so much work. It's so personal to them. They use it way more than any other player uses their
It's
glove.
the tool of his trade, is what
Right.
it is. And a catcher's made. It's
Not
a very
the
personal
tool
item.
of ignorance, as they say, of the catcher's gear. The catcher's gear. No offense to any catchers out there. Of course.
But I mean, and something like that. It's such a personal item that guys don't just wear them for a month or two, or use them for a month or two and then give them away. That is, once it feels good, once they're
gotta wear
used
it
to it.
in.
Yeah, they're going to use it.
First line of protection right there.
Yes. Those 90-mile-an-hour fastballs are coming in pretty good.
All right, Tony, what do you got over there?
Well, switching from the Yankees to the Red Sox, 2004, of course, is going to always be the year for Red Sox fans. They ended the dreaded curse. Any of the World Series rings, oh my God, it was a big deal. And I'm not a Red Sox fan, but I think we all became Red Sox fans, well, people who aren't Yankee fans at least.
Definitely.
Hoping that they would end that curse, and everybody watched in unison, I guess, as they did do that. This ring from 2004, 11,500, estimate of 20 grand. It's, as I've said before, well on its way. 32 people are tracking this with 10 bids, so
I mean,
a lot
if
of
you're a
action
Red
there.
Sox fan, that's the ring.
That's the one you have to have.
Yeah.
The other ones are nice and probably even more gaudy.
Yes.
But this is the one.
What it symbolizes right there.
I mean, people would go to their relatives' grave sites and, hey, we finally did it kind of thing, which is amazing. And now the Cubs have done it too. So, great ring. Always going to have a lot of significance to it.
All right, we're going to take it back for a second. This is a very cool item. It definitely caught my eye when it came in the door. This is a 1915 Edwards Big League table baseball game. And it
remember
works,
this thing being-
Tony. It works. This was
It still works.
This was state of the art when it came out at the time. And a very cool piece.
Wow.
Only 4 of these are known, and it comes with an article that explains exactly how it works, luckily, which I'm just going to quickly read because it amuses me. The same rules apply to Edwards Big League table baseball as they do to the outdoor game. 2 or more people play it. The, quote, pitcher actually holds the ball, throwing it at the will of the fielding player. The batting player controls the mannequin batter, and he can strike or pick him out just as he likes. But this is a piece of history right here. This is one you put it in your man cave, and that you could have that Whitey
Nobody's
Ford
playing it.
jersey hanging on the wall. People are going to be like, "What is this? Excuse me." This is over a century-old baseball game. So, very interesting item. Only 4 known. So definitely rare. I'd never seen one before. And speaking of something else you've never seen before is this next lot right here.
I love
which
these.
is-
These always do well in auction.
Yes.
They always do well in auction.
I'm a big fan of these as well. Arthur Miller, the artist, very celebrated artist. He does a series, and he's got 3 paintings in this auction. This is the, quote, card that never was. He takes an athlete, puts them on a famous card issue that they weren't part of. So this is Nolan Ryan in the 48 Leaf. This is the original artwork. Arthur Miller, you can see he's an incredibly talented artist. He's done one-man shows at Cooperstown. He's had his artwork on the cover of many publications. And, he's got 4 paintings in this auction, some really great ones. And I love this Nolan Ryan one here. So if you're a fan of interesting artwork, That's something you're not going to find anywhere else. Tony, how are we doing? It's 10:03.
Oh my
Extended
goodness.
bidding
Oh
has
my
begun.
Goodness. $35,000 for the Christy Mathewson Dark Cap. $38,000 for the Walter Johnson hands-on chest. A lot of great bids. $120,000 on LeBron right now.
There
so
it goes. Keep going.
Jackie Robinson Grayback 1956, $17,000. The exhibit Lou Gehrig, $87,000. Just a lot of six-figure pieces, and we are beyond thankful for all of our bidders and everybody participating. This is just probably one of the best auctions I've ever seen as far as heritage goes, and with the cards, the memorabilia, and the
it's all coming together.
This
is just night one. And we're going to take a quick break. Don't worry, we're going to talk about some more bids. We're going to talk about some more memorabilia coming up on Saturday and Sunday. But right now, we talked earlier about our animation art department, which is a growing venue right now. They are seeing some great interest and great prices. They have a sale coming up. And part of that is the Ellen Shaw collection, which you can see right here.
Hi, this is Jim Lentz from Heritage Auctions. It is a distinct honor to announce that in this signature animation art sale, premiering is the breathtaking artwork and memorabilia from the Peter and Harrison Ellenshaw Family Archives. Peter Ellenshaw, a Disney Legend inductee, is one of the single most talented special effects and film matte painters to have ever lived. He has left his imprint on such Disney films as Treasure Island, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Davy Crockett, The Black Hole, Darby O'Gill and the Little People, In Search of the Castaways, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Island at the Top of the World, The Black Hole, and Dick Tracy, to just name a few. He won an Academy Award for his amazing work on the 1964 film Mary Poppins. This sale has never before seen original artwork from his artwork at the Disney Studios. His artwork from his fine art career with New York City's Hammer Galleries and Mill Pond Press, and his high-in-demand, long-sold-out artwork for Walt Disney Art Classics. Also in this sale is his impossible-to-find, long-sold-out work on Mary Poppins, done for the Walt Disney Art Classics Fine Art Program. The Ellenshaw Family Archives is also filled with masterpieces by Harrison Ellenshaw. Harrison is an award-winning and esteemed matte and special effects artist as well. He is the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Art Directors Guild for his visual special effects pioneering and film matte painting. His work includes films at the Walt Disney Studios, George Lucas Effects Studios, Industrial Light and Magic. He was a matte special effects painter for the first Star Wars film as well as The Empire Strikes Back. His work has even been seen in such films as Tron, The Black Hole, Elf, Dick Tracy, and even Xena, the Warrior Princess. Later in his career, Harrison was one of the leading artists for the Walt Disney Studios Fine Art Program. In this sale, Harrison's work and film for the Walt Disney Fine Art Program are all here, including rare original paintings inspired from Frozen, Chronicles of Narnia, as well as stunning original artwork done to salute Bambi, Alice in Wonderland, Mary Poppins, and even Disneyland's 50th birthday. The Peter and Harrison Ellenshaw Family Archive has over 100 pieces in this auction. It is one masterpiece of art after another. Owning artwork of this caliber from the hands of these two award-winning and distinguished artists is a rare opportunity. Log on to ha.com/7235 to see all their lots firsthand. The Peter and Harrison Ellenshaw Archive is part of Heritage Auctions' 3-day signature animation auction, December 11th, 12th, and 13th. Thank you and stay tuned.
Some outstanding artwork there if you're looking to find a new thing to collect, and who isn't. That's a great one, and great display pieces. That animation art auction coming up next week, I believe. But we've got an auction going on right now. Session 1 cards. Tony, what's the best bid you see on the bid board?
Right now, $25,000 for Wilt Chamberlain Fleer. 1952 Topps complete set. $39,000. Kobe Fine SP Grand Finale. $29,000. That DeLong Lou Gehrig $190,000. So
wow,
a lot of
that's doubling the estimate there.
A lot of quality bids coming in.
Definitely
right
a record for Gehrig DeLong, no doubt.
Yes.
So Tony, let's talk about a little hockey. We haven't talked about too much
hockey,
except of course for the $1 million Gehrig card, which we talked
about.
Gretzky
card, which is we are so thankful for, and hopefully I'm sure it's going to create hobby headlines. Up next here, A little less than the Gretzky, but 1971-72 Bobby Orr game used Boston Bruins jersey, photo matched. And this one is at $97,500. We had one in our previous auction from the same person. This is the second of their 2 Bobby Orr jerseys.
Provenance.
Yeah.
It was a Boston Garden worker got this personally.
This call came in right at the pandemic, and our great Vice President Derek Grady went out there and picked up the consignment.
Pretty good, Vice President.
Drove 5 hours through the rain to get this beautiful Bobby Orr jersey, and this thing's going to definitely, of course, top the 100,000 mark. And 2 days left. There are 75 watchers, 21 bidders, so a lot of action yet to go on this beautiful Bobby Orr jersey. A thing of beauty and a very difficult gamer to find.
And the second time he won the Stanley Cup, second and last time, and he swept all the awards that year. Best defenseman, MVP at the Stanley Cup playoffs.
How often does that happen?
Yeah, not very often. And the thing about Orr, he only played 10 seasons.
That's it?
And only
I
8
didn't know that.
seasons for the Bruins, so good luck finding his gamers.
I didn't know. Wow.
And the best Bruin ever. I mean, hard to argue that he isn't. So big divide between supply and demand on Orr gamers there. And that's one of the finest. I mean, if you could have the Superman one, that's
that
probably
would be
number
the
one.
Yeah.
I'd put this right at number 2. Mm-hmm. So another great collection we have Saturday night is the Ken Yackel Senior collection, which was provided to us by Ken Yackel Jr. Yackel, one of the greatest Minnesota athletes of all time. He was on the 1952 U.S. Olympic team. He's a 21-year-old defenseman. His 2 University of Minnesota teams reached the Frozen Four in 53 and 54. He was one of only 2 Americans in the NHL in the 1950s, Tony. Think about that. And
He was one of 2 what?
Americans in the NHL.
That's it?
That's it.
In 1950?
In the 50s.
Wow.
Yeah, look it up, Tony.
Mike, you're giving me a great education today.
He coached in the IHL. He coached the U.S. national team. Just a true professional and a great player. And this is his game-worn jersey from the 52 Olympics. And as you can see, this is back when it was actually a sweater that they wore. And this one has seen a lot of action. A beautiful example here.
Great use.
They won the silver medal in those Olympics, of course. Canada having a big night. They won the they won the gold medal, and the next slot we have is Ken Yackel Sr.'s silver medal from those 52 Olympics. As I said, Canada won. It was a 9-team round robin. The U.S. played Canada in the final game. They tied, and that let the U.S. finish 1 point ahead of third place Sweden and Czechoslovakia. So that put them in the silver medal. This is his silver medal right here. Huge Olympic moment for U.S. hockey. We wouldn't get to the gold until 1980, of course. And
one thing on those uniforms, I mean, they're just so beautiful. Those Doreen in the red, the white, and the blue. They're just such a gorgeous look to them on those.
Very
things.
patriotic.
They
this
are.
one's seen a lot of action, of course. Yeah. They were wearing it almost every game, and just a very cool hockey collection. And if you're from Minnesota, you know Ken Yackel Sr. well. And there's some more great items Saturday night from Ken Yackel. Tony?
LeBron James 2003-04 rookie autograph, $145,000. So
wow.
That's off and running.
That could be
now.
LeBron bidding. He has said he collects himself. So who knows?
Keep bidding, LeBron.
And thanks for
Don't
watching.
Stop
LeBron.
now.
Great finals, by the way.
Yes. 2000. Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, and Arnold Palmer. Legends of Golf UDA limited edition signed oversized photo. It's hard to find all three of these guys on a piece. This is one of the only ones. I think they did a smaller version and a bigger version actually on these. This one's at $15.50. Here's another piece. Great investment.
Yes.
3 absolute icons. Upper Deck, so you know the autograph.
Aesthetically pleasing.
It is,
this
absolutely.
year.
This would go great in a man cave.
Keep it going with golf.
All right,
Tony.
what do we got next?
I love these pieces.
Oh, yes. This was from a collector who wrote to golfers and to presidents and celebrities in the 70s and 80s, way before people thought of doing this.
Yes.
Asking
Pioneer.
them. Yeah, he was. And he would write to these guys, ask them for their match-worn shirts, match-worn pieces, and these are in this current sale, and we also have a couple in our Platinum Night sale, which will be coming up in February. Right off the bat, 1970s Gerald Ford golf shirt, along with a letter from Ford and a golf ball. Right now, it's at $500 with the 2000 estimate. Really
That's the
cool
cool
piece.
thing about this collection. They come with the letter.
I know.
too.
Yeah. They come with a letter from the golfer. After that, we've got Tom Watson right now at $410 with a Fila shirt, which is really stylish.
Tony, I think he'd look great in that one.
Oh man, I
Not many could pull it off, but Tony.
You think I can? I don't know. We'll have to see on that one. Early '80s is my guess on this one.
Ooh, and
with
the signed golf ball,
With
too?
the signed golf ball too. Really cool with the little provenance from Tom Watson himself. After that, this one I really like. Bing Crosby, personally used putter sourced from his wife. This was gathered after he actually passed away. This came from his wife. Shows great use. Has Crosby's name engraved on this. Right
Huge
now it's
golfer too.
What's
Big
that? Yeah, he was.
Crosby.
He was a very, very big golfer. So some really cool items from a very ahead of his time collector.
Yeah, interesting pieces. This is all on Saturday night, the memorabilia section. And I'm going to talk about my favorite poster in the auction, Tony. This is it right here. 1965 Cassius Clay versus Liston 2 poster. First thing right away, great design, interesting colors, just a beautiful piece. But then the significance behind it, of course, this fight was originally supposed to be at the Boston Garden. There was rumors, maybe a little investigation that the promoters were involved with, well, organized crime. And so an injunction was filed. It was moved from Boston to a junior hockey rink in Lewiston, Maine. That's where the heavyweight championship, a rematch after Clay shocked the world. In Lewiston, Maine, the biggest thing that's ever happened in Lewiston, Maine, I'm guessing, prove me wrong, if our Lewiston, Maine fans, thank you for watching also. But this is the poster that says Boston Garden across the top from the original venue. So these were never used, they were never distributed. You know, this was something somebody took home. They are very rare and just a beautiful piece and a very famous fight, of course. So a lot of interest in that. Great piece. And then this one, I saw this and I had to talk about it just because, well, A, this guy likes to talk about himself and he's always in the news. But these are 2009 Kanye West signed Air Yeezy sneakers, the StockX Authentic. Tony, I know you were wearing these back in 09.
I thought you meant I was wearing these.
Not this pair.
Okay, okay.
You had your own. But
yes.
These are Nikes. It's the first Nike collaboration with a non-athlete was Kanye West.
That's pretty neat, though.
Right here.
Yeah.
There's 3 different colorways. This is the pink variety. And, he signed it. He drew a little picture on it. This was the final release. They're size 10, if you're wondering. But the market for shoes, you know, everybody talks about Air Jordans have exploded, of course. But the urban art community, basketball fans, sports collectors, shoes have become a big deal. And this is one I saw in there that if you're looking for something interesting, something collectible, something that is going to add a little pizzazz, a little conversation to your collection. And if you're a Kanye fan, this is a natural you
It
to
is,
buy.
it is, and I was, it's funny. Before this show, I was talking to a consignor who's consigning something that'll be in for Platinum Night about shoes, and like basketball shoes, you can display them.
Yeah.
And there's so much personality
They've
to
become
basketball
art.
shoes. What's that?
They've become art.
Absolutely, and it's not just game use collectors now for shoes; it's sneakerheads,
Yes.
and it is such a huge collectible that the basketball sneaker market is strong. The game used, and then that you add all that stuff together. But I mean the sneakers are performing extremely well, and people are paying big money for Nike, especially Nike short released items.
Yes.
So
it's a limited release, which has value. Kanye signed them. He drew a little picture on there, a little piece of art. So interesting piece. Definitely something that could be a conversation starter. Tony, you check out what bids are coming in. We are in extended bidding.
Hold
What
on
do you
here.
got? Oh,
We got a
stop
big
the
one here.
presses.
The Gretzky, 987,500 right now. The tops is at 525,000. So I mean, yeah.
Do the math in your head there, or the juice, Tony?
That UW Green Bay education. Give me a little time. Give me a pencil and a calculator, and I'll get back to you on that. Amazing bids coming in on that.
So we're going to take one more quick break, and then we're going to come back, talk about a few more items from the upcoming days. We'll highlight some of the stuff that's going on in here. And right now, please enjoy the Heritage Year in Review. It's been a big year for Heritage. Thank you to our consigners and to our bidders across all of our 40-plus venues. And here's some of our significant pieces we sold this year. See, 2020 hasn't been all bad, Tony. There's been some highlights there. Saw the Gehrig bat we sold for over $1 million, and that was in our platinum auction earlier this year. If you have items that are significant and you want in the hobby's premier auction presented the way only Heritage can, please, we'd love to have your significant material in our February platinum auction. You can reach out to us through ha.com. You can email Tony at
TonyG@ha.com.
And you can always message us through any of our social media platforms. We'd love to hear you about anything, something you want to sell or something you just want to find out what it's worth. Our main tenet is to give every bidder and collector and consigner the most information we can so you can make educated decisions. And if you want to buy or sell, we can, of course, help you with that as well. Tony, what's going on the big bidding board?
There's a lot.
Let's rattle them all off. Let's go.
32,000 Kobe Bryant Legacy Collection,
Good
1996
one.
Flair Showcase, Satchel Paige 48 Leaf PSA 5, 33,000.
Wow, great price for that.
Let's see, Yum Yum Tobacco Roger Connor 5,500, 92,500 for the exhibit Lou Gehrig, his quote unquote kind of true rookie card.
Yeah.
84-85 Star Complete Set, 15,500. Those have kind of gone up a lot now.
Some good stuff.
Yeah.
Should we talk about some items that are coming up on Saturday?
Absolutely.
A reminder,
Hey,
tomorrow...
we got till 5 a.m., don't we?
I don't want to rush us.
I don't know if our...
A reminder, keep
Staff is
bidding
gonna
right now. You can also bid on the Midwest Masterpiece Collection. That's Session 2, closing tomorrow night. You can bid all night, all day tomorrow. Extended bidding begins for that at 10 p.m. Central Time on Friday. Tony, what do you got here?
1980s Packers reunion signed ball. Not a lot of these out there. And, you know, in the 90s, a lot of these guys started signing. Even in, like, the late 80s, a lot of these guys started signing. But this one here has got some of the tougher ones. Baby Ray, Bucket Skolderberg, Johnny Blood McNally, of course, is a tough one to find on a football. A $1,500 estimate right now is at $410 right now. And the next one after that, 1985 Chicago Bears, the ultimate Bears team, a team that'll never be forgotten, a team that is probably one of the top 3 to 5 football teams of all time. Two of the guys, unfortunately, died very young, Walter Payton and Dave Duerson, making these a bit of a challenge. Period autographs on this. I think this is a decent investment piece. Got a $1,500 estimate. Right now it's at $420. Nice white panel football, though. After that, we got a 2004 Tom Brady signed Super Bowl ticket. Brady has got an incredibly expensive. He signed on with Fanatics. Now, for him to lift the pen, it's $800. This on a
Same
Super
for
Bowl.
Tony.
Yes. This on a Super Bowl ticket. When you talk good investments, another one. Very good one here from one of his 6 Super Bowl titles. So,
And early autograph there. Here's another very interesting early autograph. This is a 2002, 2003 St. Vincent Mary team signed basketball. You know who played there, Tony?
I do. Those are very difficult to find. He didn't sign a lot.
No.
And
who kept them, you know? So
and who got him on a basketball either?
LeBron James senior season high school team. It's got LeBron's autograph on it. Tony, LeBron's senior year, 30.7 points, 9.7 rebounds, 4.9 assists, 2.9 steals, leading the team to be 25-1. They lost a game with LeBron James. Who was on that team?
It better not have been the state finals.
They made a documentary about LeBron's team. Who's the guy saying,
yeah, who beat them?
They beat those guys.
Can we get one on them, too?
He's working at the tire company or something. But LeBron, of course, was Mr. Basketball USA. Some of his games that season were on ESPN, if you can believe that. Think you could have handled being on ESPN your senior year in high school, Tony?
No, I couldn't have. My head would have been this big, probably.
But a cool piece here. You know, LeBron autographs are very valuable. This is a high school autograph with his team. That documentary on his team is very entertaining. So you know some of these guys if you've seen it. Signed by 8, and the LeBron autograph is very strong. A 9 out of 10 there. Tony, what do you got?
Really, really cool piece here. Not your standard, just Michael Jordan Upper Deck authenticated. The only time he has ever signed 72 and 10 was for one Upper Deck signing. These have just catapulted and gone way, way up in value. This one here, Jordan signed 72 and 10. Upper Deck authenticated. $17,500, so it's over 20 grand, 21,000 with the buyer's premium. Again, it's not like Jordan is going to go on and be signing this again. He probably won't be doing much Upper Deck stuff, so this is another very solid piece and a great number. After that, from the Scarpetti collection, kind of a neat photo, probably right from his view. It looks like Jordan, early Jordan, relatively early Jordan, 1987, Pippen's rookie year. Here's a multi-sign photo with a great, it's a Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, and Jordan, of course. On the bench, those early jackets. Really cool item from the Scarpetti collection.
I love that collection, too.
I do
Very
too.
cool. He's
I
on
do too.
Jordan's personal 6-man security
Yeah,
detail
yep.
team. So we've talked a little on the card side that we have non-sports items, but guess what, Tony? In the memorabilia section, we have some non-sports items as well. And, well, it's Star Wars related. This just happened to be on my list.
Star Wars. We all love Star Wars.
So I thought I would talk about it. Some great items here if you're a Star Wars fan. This has become very collectible. Of course, they've been making more movies. It's reached a new consciousness, a new generation. So the stuff from the original trilogy in the 70s and 80s has got a lot of value. If you know, we have a movie poster department. They sell Star Wars movie posters from time to time. They are very hard to get, especially in good condition. This is a 1977 original one-sheet poster, the Style A, the tough style, and it is in great condition, no folds, so a great one. This is the logo also that you can see Luke and Leia don't exactly look like their brother-sister in this one, which led a lot of people to believe that that storyline was added after Star Wars came out. You can see, I mean, brother and sister probably aren't that close. This is more like the hero and heroine kind of look, but you got Darth Vader in the back, a iconic image, the original one from 1977. And Tony, we got toys. Star
I collected
Wars
these.
toys.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you didn't collect these. You
Played
opened
with
them
them.
up, played with them until the little black rubber bands inside the figurine broke.
I forgot
And then
about
you
that.
just
Very
pretended
good.
like a lightsaber had cut them in half or something. But we've got a great collection of figurines and Star Wars toys, the vehicles. This one's the 1983 Kenner Star Wars Luke Skywalker in the Jedi outfit, unopened, graded by AFA, EX Plus Near Mint 75. If you're into grading stuff, yes, they grade the figurines now. This is a great one. This is the outfit he wore when he walked into Jabba's palace at the beginning of Return of the Jedi right there. It's in great condition. These are things that in the next 5 to 10 years, the prices are going to be astronomical. So time to get in now. And this is my favorite in this little collection right here. This is the 1981 Kenner Star Wars Millennium Falcon.
No
in the
way.
original box.
Oh my god.
Untouched, Tony.
I had a million pieces in a million different spots on that. I remember that. I lost half of the decals. Oh my god, that's great memories.
You ever heard of the Millennium Falcon?
Oh, I had one.
It's a ship that
Absolutely.
made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. So
Oh. Next. Oh my god.
it looks like a hunk of junk, but this right here is an iconic piece. A lot of you had it in your childhood, but you opened it up, you played with it, so now it has
And I
no
lost all the
value
pieces.
other than those memories. This right here, untouched in the original box. Great piece. Tony, can you top that?
I don't know if I can quite top it, but I got a cool piece. The first ABA game program,
Oh, yeah, this is
CGC
cool.
4.5, highest graded example. You want to talk craziness? You want
Yes.
to talk 70s?
Attitude, enjoyment,
The
entertainment.
ABA, the wide open game, afros, the slam dunk, just a
Three-pointer.
crazy time. 3-pointer, yes. I was gonna say it, but then I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I caught myself. Thank you, Mike, because I wanted to say it.
I don't know if they rolled it out for this first game. This is the program for the first game, but not long after. They definitely added the 3-point line to the game.
Yeah, the great program. Highest graded right now, 290. There's room on it. I love the cover. It says the ABA inaugural season. Love the red, the white, and the blue. The basketball is iconic.
And that's a
piece here.
demographic of the hobby that is really growing.
It is.
Programs,
Yes.
magazines, you can get them CGC graded, who most
Yep.
famously grades comic books. Those guys know what they're doing, but yeah, programs and magazines from significant events, important debuts, milestones, and this is certainly
The first.
the first ABA game. I've never even seen that before.
I had never either. One thing, 1986 Fleer basketball complete signed set, 49,000. I remember we sold one about 4 or 5 years ago for about 25,000. So it's pretty much doubled in price
Yes.
in the last 3 years. So really cool set. And again, we've said it's the 50 tops of our generation, but it's so hard to find some of these signed because some of these guys have passed away, and some of the guys just are hard to get to.
Yes.
So really,
They don't
cool
have any
piece.
interest in signing
No.
anymore. So, Session 1 cards is in extended bidding right now. Tomorrow we have Session 2, which is the Midwest Masterpiece Collection. Whatever era, whatever sport you collect, you can find it in that collection, both cards and untouched wax. Saturday is the memorabilia, and then Sunday is Final Session, which is both cards and memorabilia. There's some great items in there. Just trying to spread it all out, 3,700 plus lots. So Sunday night, don't forget there's some great items in there. Here's some of my favorites in final session on Sunday night. This is a 1919 Charles Lefty Williams signed Chicago White Sox players contract. Tony, do you remember we were talking about him earlier? He was the starter in the deciding Game 8 for the White Sox. That the night before, some individual paid him a visit, said, make sure the fix is in early. So this is his contract, the guy that pitched the deciding game in the 1919 World Series, the Black Sox Scandal. This is his player contract for 1919. The interesting part about that, it's got a great signature from him. He made $6,000 for this season, but $12,000 is what the players in on the fix made. So he was going to make double what he made for the entire season to throw the World Series, allegedly,
Yeah.
all out there. But
We're
that
changing
is
baseball history here now.
That is a very cool Black Sox Scandal item right there from the guy that pitched the deciding game.
And from the season, signed by Comiskey too. It's a really, really cool piece on that. And anything 1919 Black Sox, especially
And that's kind
a
of an
contract.
under the radar one, knowing
Yes.
that, and as we talked about with that 1919 World Series Game 8 ticket, he threw it right away in the first inning.
He didn't mess around.
Allegedly, letting in 3 runs almost immediately. Another great one that's on Sunday night. This is a 1908-11 Ty Cobb original photograph, PSA Type 1, and what I love about this one, my favorite Ty Cobb quote is, a ball bat is a wondrous weapon, he once said. And here he is picking out his weapon to do damage right here. He's got 2 in hand. He's looking at another one. That's just a great image of the Georgia Peach right there. And it comes from the collection of a former teammate of Cobb who got it directly from Cobb. So this was a photo Cobb had in his collection, so he liked it too. And PSA Type 1.
The card market, of course, is hot. 1975 Topps Brett is at 90,000 right now.
Wow.
It's 108,000 all in. It had a 40,000 estimate.
Who did that estimate? Was that Pete Calderon?
Love you, Pete. Love you, Pete. We travel together. We do a lot of shows.
All right, you don't have to speak ill of him.
I love
Here's
Pete.
another one right here. Super unique piece. This is a 1913 Kennesaw Mountain Landis used walking stick with provenance from his family. He kind of had a reputation as a curmudgeon, you might say.
Yeah, he never smiled.
In fact, I think the word curmudgeon was invented to describe Kennesaw Mountain Landis.
Yeah, he just
never smiled.
No.
So this cane really fits that perception. I'm sure he took it to the dome of some whippersnappers who were on his lawn. But that is a 111-year-old cane right there, and it is in fabulous condition. It has got great provenance from his family as well. That is a cool piece. Another conversation piece, something that draws the eye. Really unique, and he is a huge figure in baseball history.
Somebody called me about that yesterday. Somebody called asking about that stick.
Did they say they want it?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So there is interest on it. There is interest on it.
And lastly, this is the last item we're going to talk about
Irrelevant, is this?
tonight.
Oh,
Definitely not. This is a
kidding.
late 1960s ABC Worldwide of Sports banner. That is the first logo from the Wide World of Sports right there, Tony.
Remember Saturday afternoons watching a Wide World of Sports?
It's the only biggest show in the world on Saturday afternoons for the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and into the 90s. So a huge show. That is one of the first banners that was hung at a sporting event to publicize the Wide World of Sports. That is a unique logo. I'd never seen that logo before because that's the one from the 60s. And very cool item. Another great one for a man cave there. Display item. Tony's going crazy. What do you got over there?
No,
Tony?
I'm just looking at it's at 17 million. The auction is. Oh my lord! All right.
So we're all getting raises.
Yeah.
Hopefully Chris Ivy's watching. Not you guys in marketing and the staff.
No.
Oh!
Ouch.
Wow! What an auction! It's not.
Turn it off.
How many days left do we have here? Too. Wow! That's incredible numbers.
So thank you to everyone who has watched. We really appreciate it, and thank you for partaking. Oh, and I can't forget to mention, if you want to win Tony, our life-size cutout, you just got to comment and share our video on Facebook. We've got some great auctions coming up, a modern card auction, auctions devoted totally to modern cards and wax. If you have any of that, we'd love to help you sell it. And then, of course, our platinum auction in February. We're still taking consignments for that. The premier auction event in the hobby every year. And
How do we top this, though?
Well, you got to figure that out.
Oh, it's okay.
That's your job, Tony.
All right.
I'll tweet about it. Got it?
All right, help me out here. Help me out, everybody. We got to top this one?
So we need to thank a few people. First and foremost, our consigners. Thank you so much for trusting us with your treasures. We cannot tell you how important it is that you trust us, and we really appreciate that. And our goal is always to give every item its due and to put as much money in your pocket as possible. To our bidders, thank you for bidding and participating in our auctions. Of course, we could not do it without you, and we'd love to make you consigners too. If you would like to sell something to pay off something you bought tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday, we can definitely help you with that as well.
A lot of people like doing that.
Thank you to everyone who's watched and interacted. Thank you to our staff of dozens who help us put on this show. And thank you for being so quiet. So many people in this giant auditorium, yet they were so quiet. We really appreciate that. They do a lot of hard work. They are sports fans, but they do not work in the sports department. So I don't know how much they enjoy watching us talk.
Oh, I think they had a good time. We got a good crew here.
We'll find out. I mean, they did get Whataburger out of it. So there's that.
I didn't get Whataburger out of it, though. What?
And lastly, I always have to thank, and we should, our operations staff. They are the best in the business. They handle all of these treasures. We sell over $70 million annually without incident. There's nobody who can do what they do. They take care of everybody's item and treat it as like their own. They bring it in, they process it, they enter it, they get it imaged, they get it described, and then afterwards they ship it out to you. So everything arrives in pristine condition. There is no better ops team on the planet. They are the best. Thank you. I know they are not watching right now.
I'll tell you, there's a lot that goes. There's a
work.
lot that happens behind the scenes, and he's right on that. I mean, there's so many times we'll be on the road sending stuff in. It always gets taken care of. They do a fabulous job. So yeah, thank you to them.
Yes, our incredible team. And again, thank you to everyone who's watched. We will interact with you again very soon. You can always reach out to us at ha.com, at our social media platforms. We'd love to talk to you there. We give out free appraisals. And don't forget, you can bid the next 3 nights. There is more auction to go, more incredible pieces for you to own. And for Tony and our sports staff, thank you. And everybody, have a good night.